2 to go, and the adrenaline will be pumping massively up against one of the great T20 specialists in the modern era. Where does he go now? Tyagi. Yeah, spot on, because the other one, that deep was all over, that went for 6. You've got to get it throat high, throat or grill high, if you're going to do that to Gale.
I just feel, though, and with deep, it wasn't a bad ball. I'm sure Hawkeye has that sitting in the good length plot. It was good length. You can't criticize that. It's just a great shot.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying with Gale, and clearly he's now plus 40, when you're lengthening, you've got to get it, that's got to be steepling through. He's got pace, Tyagi, and we love that, Bish. But I'm just thinking, you get into that length there, just there where he got pumped for 6, chances are that big blade's going to do that to you. So for me, I like it whistling past his draw it.
Then it has to be deliberately short. You can't blame him for bowling a length ball, Danny.
No, I am.
It's good. It takes courage to go up there again and try the yoke.
বিশ্বের 1 নম্বর মধু ডাবর হানি প্রতিদিন সকালে 1 গ্লাস গরম পানিতে ডাবর হানি করে তোলে শক্তিশালী রোগ প্রতিরোধ ক্ষমতা।
ভাইয়া লুকাও, বাইরে ভাইরাস আছে। ভয় পাস না, আমি বাইরে স্কেপ পাম্প রাব শুরু করে দেব। পাম্প রাব শু।
যান 50% পর্যন্ত মাথা নষ্ট ডিসকাউন্ট। ফ্রেন্ডশিপের এই ম্যাজিক্যাল চেইন রিঅ্যাকশন কোনো অ্যানালাইসিস দিয়ে জাজ করা যাবে না ব্রো। এসব শুধু বন্ধু থাকলেই পসিবল। এয়ারটেল বন্ধুদের নাম্বার 1 নেটওয়ার্ক।
ক্লিয়ারমেন্ট স্যাশের সাথে এখন এক্সট্রা 20% ফ্রি। ক্লিয়ারমেন্ট স্যাশের সাথে এখন এক্সট্রা 20% ফ্রি।
Played a key part in this Kings 11 resurgence. Brian Aaron. Big side of the ground, so it won't go for 4. And it's only 2 because Gale is not interested in a third. Yeah, I was talking about Jofra, Danny and Deep, and Archer has bowled less than half the number of overs. He's got the equal number of wickets as all the other guys, Andrew Tai, Tyagi, Baron Aaron, Unadkat, Rajput and Curran, who've played this season at nearly, well, way under their economy rate as well. That's how important he's been and why he needs help. All the other seamen. Wow! That is 6 on any ground in the world. KL Rahul has been saying, if I hit it that far, I should have more than 6. You can't.
EK 712 back to Bollywood. Holy smoly. Going on about length? Yep. Got to get it higher than that. Otherwise, that's the result.
That was huge. KL Rahul versus pace since 2018. Strikes at 287 when he's pulling that short pitch delivery. A good start for the RR bowler, especially the first over, last delivery. What a delivery to get out of, get Mandeep out. And it was Chris Gale out at number 3 a little early. It's been a Gale show so far. 27 of 16. Brutal against the youngster. 14 in that over.
Such a prime performer, Jofra Archer. Deep point and deep square leg. Varun, will you look for that 3/4 length, top of off? He goes too full. Another couple of runs. Now, for a power play, Daniel Morrison, an exponent with great skill, in your time, should a bowler in our Unacademy Ask the Experts question aim for wickets or economy in the power play?
A no-brainer. Knock the poles over, gentlemen. It's a great stat. You lose 3 wickets inside the power play, 80% chance you'll come second as a batting side. So quite clearly, you need to take wickets up front if you can. And with wicket-taking bowlers, and we've seen it, you mentioned it, Bish, bowlers, particularly Kings 11, the resurgence of the side, getting back in the contest with people that get you out. And we've seen other sides that if you get wickets early, it is challenging. It's not impossible. You say like 3 for 40 in a power play, you still can win a game, but the chances incredibly that much more limited.
In the gap. Got a lot of bat on it. Enough bat for another 4.
বেক সর্ষে ইলিশ আমার নতুন ভিডিওর জন্য এই পর্যন্ত এটা তোর বেস্ট এ কি এমন মলিন কাপড় পরে ইউটিউবে আসা যাবে না তার জন্য আছে নতুন রিন যা কাপড়ের উজ্জ্বলতা অটুট রাখে ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজির সাহায্যে নিজের সেরাটা দেখানোর জন্য সেরা রিন
অ্যাপল
লিখে ফেলো কি দরকার ছিল সব সময় বেশি বেশি শুধু বেশি না বাংলা লিংক দেয় অনেক বেশি 129 টাকায় 9 জিবি 64 টাকায় 4.5 জিবি বাংলা লিংক
পেপসি 1 লিটার 50 টাকা বড় পেপসি বড়
স্যাভলন হ্যান্ড ওয়াশে আছে ভাইরাস ও জীবাণু ধ্বংসের কার্যকরী উপাদান যা সম্পূর্ণরূপে ধ্বংস করে করোনা ভাইরাস সহ সব ধরনের জীবাণু স্যাভলন জীবাণুমুক্ত প্রতিদিন
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি এলো গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি
আমার মতো আপনারাও জানেন ডায়রিয়া সহ যে কোনো পানি শূন্যতায় আমার রাস্তা এসএমসি রোড স্যালাইন কেনার সময় প্যাকের গায়ে এসএমসির লোগো দেখে কিনবেন
এসএমসির ওর স্যালাইন
Shreyas Gopal. If you want to learn more about the game, Unacademy Ask the Experts allows you to have your questions answered by experts in the commentary box. Send in your questions to @Unacademy, #Let's Crack It, and you could win exciting prizes. And one lucky fan could have their question answered. How key are these leg spinners?
Extremely, especially with KL still out there. Obviously KL, these two so dangerous against spin. To different approaches, KL and Chris Gale. Look at that partnership, 53 of just 36. A lot more orthodox KL Rahul. And Chris Gale, he's got his own unique way of going after the spinners.
Interested to see how KL goes against the spin. Just one. And there are 2 sets of spinners, leg spinners, in this contest tonight that I am fascinated to see how they go. Because they've been instrumental. Kings 11 with Bishnoi and Murugan Ashwin. Royals with Tuwatia. And this man, Gopal. Fascinating how Kings 11's resurgence has been around their bowling and the 2 leg spinners, in addition to Jordan and Shami. That's gone. That is gone. Folks, remember that's the big side of the ground. It's magnanimous over there. Not big enough, obviously.
Not nearly big enough, Bish. Not for dark and stormy. Out of Jamaica. Oh. Locks flowing. So's the ball. Over the fence again.
must be intimidating bowling to Chris Gayle. You both have experience?
I bowled to him when he was still young in the business. So the way that I operated then, he was half the man he was now. He wasn't this muscular. Just nip the ball back into him. That was my natural shape. So I found in the early parts of his career, very young, but he's grown into world standard, world class, and an enforcer since then. No comparison. I wouldn't want to be bowling to him. 63 for 1, 7 overs gone. And it's that time, bit of respite for Steve Smith and his...
স্পষ্ট শোনা মনের ভাষায় নতুন আশা পূরণের অগ্রযাত্রায় সবচেয়ে বিস্তৃত 4.5G নেটওয়ার্ক আজ 5 কোটি মানুষের এই মাইল ফলক উদযাপনে ইন্টারনেট প্যাকে প্রতিদিন 5 কোটি এমবি পর্যন্ত ফ্রি রবি লাইফের নতুন এক্সপেরিয়েন্স
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি এলো গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি
আজকে আমি খাবো ঝাল ঝাল চিংড়ি ম্যাগি ফ্রাইডেতে শ্রিম্প ম্যাগি সানডে মানডে সুপি ওয়ান মঙ্গল বুধ বৃহস্পতি ভেজ এক টমিয়াম স্যাটারডেতে চিকেন ম্যাগি কি যে মজা ইয়াম ইয়াম
ম্যাগি মানে ভিন্ন স্বাদে প্রতিদিন
ভাগ্যিস ম্যাগি ছিল ফ্রম নেসলে
এই অসময়ে কি করিবা সম্ভব
চাইলেই সম্ভব
স্যার আমি 19তম ব্যাচ
আপনার ফেয়ারওয়েল আর আমরা আসবো না
গ্রামীণ ফোন ইন্টারনেটে চাইলেই সম্ভব আর এই সম্ভবটা সহজ করতে গ্রামীণ ফোন দিচ্ছে 5GB ইন্টারনেট মাত্র 114 টাকায়
বিশ্বের 1 নম্বর মধু ডাবর হানি প্রতিদিন সকালে 1 গ্লাস গরম পানিতে ডাবর হানি করে তোলে শক্তিশালী রোগ প্রতিরোধ ক্ষমতা
জানাও তোমার 3টি ইচ্ছা দাঁড়া ওকে দাঁড়ালাম বাকি দুটা
স্প্রাইট
শেষ ইচ্ছা
আবার 3টে ইচ্ছা দাও
স্প্রাইট আগে তৃষ্ণা মেটাও
লেইজের দুটি ফান শিপস কখনো লেইজ পাস্তাস কখনো লেইজ 3D এখন বেশি ফান উইথ 10% এক্সট্রা
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি এলো গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি
করোনার সাথে লড়াইয়ে আমরাই করব জয় তাই তো হাতে তুলে নিয়েছি স্যাভলন ডিসইনফেক্ট্যান্ট স্প্রে যা করোনা ভাইরাসকে সম্পূর্ণরূপে ধ্বংস করে দেয় স্যাভলন ডিসইনফেক্ট্যান্ট স্প্রে
বাবা
স্ট্যাচু আগে লাইফ বয় তারপর আদর দেখো এখানে ভাইরাস থাকতে পারে যা যেতে পারে আমার কাছ থেকে তোমার কাছে তারপর অসুখ তো আগে ভাইরাসকে স্ট্যাচু করে দেই লাইফ বয় সাবান দেয় কোভিড-19 করোনা ভাইরাস থেকে 99.9% অধিক কার্যকর সুরক্ষা
ফ্রেন্ডশিপের এই ম্যাজিক্যাল চেইন রিঅ্যাকশন কোনো অ্যানালাইসিস দিয়ে জাজ করা যাবে না ব্রো এসব শুধু বন্ধু থাকলেই পসিবল এয়ারটেল বন্ধুদের নাম্বার 1 নেটওয়ার্ক
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি এলো গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি
RCB against Sunrisers Hyderabad, the Orange Army. Stokes' ball, very little this season, just 8 overs previously. Can he make an impact? He spoke to you before the game, Danny, and he said he hopes Smudge gives him an over.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a nice chat, very relaxed, and he was just saying, yeah, working on the fitness. I think that's part of your mental game too in these COVID times. Keep fit, keep working, keep stimulated. And certainly for Stokes, as a lot have been saying, he's a 3-for-1 sort of player. Bat, bowl, field. Oh, change of pace, the change of the trick from Stokes. Didn't quite do the damage because he didn't carry it. It's a nice little gap there, but yeah, it's good to see Stokes back at the bowling crease for sure.
A little streaky there, but that's a knuckle ball. it's just amazing how he's got his plans in place, Chris Gayle. Who is he going to target? Who is he going to play a little safely? Pulls this one straight to the fielder.
Deep, we were talking a little bit off here, you and I, and we talked about Chris Gayle's impact since he's come back. They've won everything so far. But I feel that the bowlers deserve some credit as well in the Kings 11. First 7 games, top row. Look at the numbers. In the last 5 games they've won, look at the numbers below. More wickets in 5 games at a very good economy rate. Average is good as well.
I think a lot of credit also should go to someone like Arshdeep Singh. You know, they had their issues with death over bowling, closing down games. But with Arshdeep there, they've got a banker in him in terms of bowling the last couple of overs, of bowling in the death, and he's done really well, this youngster. So when you talk about bowling, yes, I mean, that was their Achilles heel in the first half of the season. Apart from middle order batting, which still really hasn't fired. It has, obviously. It looks different with Chris Gayle coming in and batting at 3. But then they've also lost Mayank Agarwal last couple of games, but that really hasn't stopped them from winning. But as you rightly mentioned, it's their bowling which has been so impressive. And a lot of credit to the youngsters, the young Indian domestic players we're talking about. Ravi Bishnoi, Murugan, Arshdeep Singh, and obviously also Chris Jordan there.
Yeah, Jordan has been better and Shami's just continued to be excellent.
গুলশান অফিস তাহলে গাইবান্ধা থেকে সম্ভব? চাইলেই সম্ভব।
মানুষ চাইলেই সব সম্ভব, আর এই সম্ভবকে সহজ করতে পাশে আছে গ্রামীণফোন 4G ইন্টারনেট।
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। এলো গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি, নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো, গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি।
পেটের ডাক অফ যাক। ফুড প্যান্ডায় অর্ডার করুন এখনই আর পেয়ে যান 50% পর্যন্ত মাথা নষ্ট ডিসকাউন্ট।
বিরাট রিফ্রেশমেন্টের জন্য 7 আপের বড় বোতল এখন মাত্র 50 টাকা।
ক্লিয়ারেন্স স্যাশের সাথে এখন এক্সট্রা 20% ফ্রি। ক্লিয়ারেন্স স্যাশের সাথে এখন এক্সট্রা 20% ফ্রি।
Oppo F17 Pro, ultra function, ultimate fun.
41 for 1, 9 and over. The boss is on 41 of 24. The coach of the Rajasthan Royals, Andrew McDonald, 71 for 1, 9th over. How do you read it?
Probably Kings slightly ahead. The boys are saying the wicket's a little bit slow, a little bit stoppy, so clearly created opportunity of Chris Gayle on the power play. Weren't able to take that, and then clearly after that he's gone on a bit of a small rampage. So important that we get him out and get some new batters in to be able to stem that run rate.
How frustrating is it when the ball goes up and is then dropped for you sitting as a coach on the sidelines?
I mean, no one means to drop catches, do they? So it was a pretty high ball, to be fair, so no doubt swirled around a little bit. So Rian was trying his best underneath it. Couldn't quite hang on, and it's about staying focused now. And at the task at hand, you can't do much with what's gone on in the past. So we've just got to concentrate on what's coming up.
Andrew, Darren Gange here. Was there consideration to bowl Archer for 1 extra over in the power play to Chris Gayle?
Yeah, there's always a consideration to bowl Jofra in many phases of the game, and clearly he's only got 4 overs, and we've just got to position that best where we see he can have the most impact, and it's always a consideration. If he has 2 great overs up front, then the 3rd over is always going to be questionable. But we need a couple of other bowls in support there, and we saw Veron got the almost got the breakthrough as well. So it's others bowling around him most importantly.
What kind of player is he to coach, Jofra Archer? Is he someone who sits with the coach, looks at his numbers, looks at his length, or do you just leave him alone to go and play?
He's pretty low maintenance. That's the best way to sum him up. Goes about his business, and he creates a lot of energy for the team when he's out there on training days. Trains fairly hard, to be honest, as well. So but he's low maintenance.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Hope it turns around for you. This has been a good over so far.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of it, but I'll get back to see the replay.
Well, you would have known if there was a big hit. We would have told you that.
I haven't heard any noise or music, so that's a good thing.
Well done, Andrew. Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.
The expression I liked there was low maintenance. He's a low maintenance cricketer. Just 2 of this over so far for Tevatia, and that's how it will be. Good over. 9.
ছোট্ট খুশির আয়োজনে যাই করি সব তুচ্ছ মনে হয়। আপনি রবি এলিট, তাই শুধু আপনার জন্যই রিওয়ার্ডের নতুন এক্সপেরিয়েন্স রবি।
জানাও তোমার 3টি ইচ্ছা। দাঁড়াও। ওকে দাঁড়ালাম। বাকি 2টা
স্প্রাইট।
শেষ ইচ্ছা। আবার 3টে ইচ্ছা দাও।
স্প্রাইট, আগে তৃষ্ণা মেটাও।
ওর সবচাইতে বেশি সময় কাটে ফ্লোরে, আর এই ফ্লোরেই থাকে নানান ভাইরাস ও রোগ জীবাণু। কিন্তু আমি থাকি নিশ্চিন্ত, আমার আছে স্যাভলনের সুরক্ষা। স্যাভলন, জীবাণুমুক্ত প্রতিদিন।
ফ্রেন্ডশিপের এই ম্যাজিক্যাল চেইন রিঅ্যাকশন কোনো অ্যানালাইসিস দিয়ে জাজ করা যাবে না ব্রো। এসব শুধু বন্ধু থাকলেই পসিবল। এয়ারটেল, বন্ধুদের নাম্বার 1 নেটওয়ার্ক।
Patrick back with Karthik Tyagi. He bowled what he thought was a fiery spell over. As the ball kept disappearing. By the Dream11 champion fans, group of loyal players enjoying the match from the comfort of their home, loyal fantasy players. How many of you had Chris Gayle in your side? I think most would. I mean, it was ages ago. I remember we were in Toronto and a young, very slim man came out to play. Oh, this man's in top form. There's something about the 6-over cover that just takes your breath away.
He scores his runs in a very classy fashion, KL Rahul. Easy on the eyes. Doesn't look like he puts a lot of muscle in his shots. It's more about timing. Picture perfect.
The never in style, is there? I was trying to say when we first saw Chris Gayle, with this young, slim fellow in 99, but then KL Rahul hits a 6. Well, it was in Toronto, I think. 2 young men came out to play for the West Indies, Chris Gayle and Wavell Hines. Gayle looked very slim, almost vulnerable. Single. A little bit of off spin as well. How many players from the 90s are still playing international cricket? What a partnership this is. 79. And Chris Gayle started straight away. There's a feeling in the last couple of years that maybe Gayle will take some time for the engine to warm up. Not so this year. He's been going for it straight away. Largely, certainly today. What, he's 42 of 29. Right now, he'll like the extra pace. Well, there's one game he got, what, 29 of 13. He just made a difference. What he's done in this tournament, though, he's just changed the momentum of the game a couple of times.
I specifically asked Andrew McDonald about the gamble of probably using a Jofra Archer, because I think with Ben Stokes now bowling gives him a buffer in the death overs. I also think players like Chris Gayle, I was giving you a story about Brian Lara, and the supreme confidence they get the longer they stay at the crease. Brian told me if he stays there for 15 minutes at the crease, he can hit a full ball through cover even if it's bowled on water. And that's what we've seen from KL Rahul. His consistency, the glut of runs he's scored. There is a method to his approach. So too Chris Gayle. When he just started his Dream11 IPL, he took a long time to get himself in before he started to take the attack to the bowlers. That confidence now has rolled over in 5 previous innings, even in this 6th one.
You always look at partnerships, isn't it? Rahul's just gone up to 122, but he was striking about 108, 110, and that's because Chris Gayle at that point was striking at 145, 150 almost. Gale's had a quiet over, Rahul's moved on, but they're playing well as a pair. Well, be aware, the other day the Mumbai Indians made 195, it wasn't enough against the Royals.
Huge, humongous, 10 times more durable. Stone Shield tiles, X-Ceramics Group.
পেটের ডাক অফ যাক ফুড প্যান্ডায় অর্ডার করুন এখনই আর পেয়ে যান 50% পর্যন্ত মাথা নষ্ট ডিসকাউন্ট।
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি। ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি। এলো গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি, নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো, গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি।
তুই আমাদের লেভেলের না, যা। আমার সাথে খেলবে? আমাদের সাথে খেলবি? ও এখন নেক্সট লেভেলে খেলবে।
পেপসি 1 লিটার 50 টাকা। বড় পেপসি, বড় স্বাদ।
ওর সবচাইতে বেশি
If every ball is a wrong run, what is a wrong run?
I still kind of want KL Rahul to go a little bit quicker. To be honest with you, I'm being totally honest. I'm not comfortable with 117, not yet. It could prove match winning or not. But I just feel batting first particularly, without taking risks. I'm not saying I want him to take risks to get out. I just feel you have to look to have a base of scoring. And if Chris Gayle is going at 140, it doesn't mean that I can't go at 130 or 135 without taking a risk to get out. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying KL be stupid and take a risk and get out. No, but I want him to go quicker.
Adding to come Nicholas Poole and Glenn Maxwell. Once lit up this tournament, the other might. Who knows? He hasn't got going yet. 50 to Chris Gayle. He makes it look so nonchalant. He just clobbered it wide of mid-on. No celebration. He goes, there's a little fist bump. I've done it before, he says.
Third 50 for Chris Gayle in the Dream11 IPL. Wow. He's all class. He's mastered the art of scoring runs in T20 cricket, even if he bats at number 3. That's how good he is.
In his arc. It's in his arc. When you saw him as a young man, Bish, did you think he'd emerge as a big hitter?
Yeah, it's a good question, Harsha. Chris Gayle came out of under-19 cricket with me on a tour of India.
Well, he's not timed that well. No man's land, I think. No man's land. Tewatia was again running back, but how far was it for Ben Stokes running in? But Stokes very quickly said, right, Tewatia's going for it and pull back.
Spot on. If Stokes could have gotten there because he's going towards the ball, it's an easier catch for him rather than for Tewatia, who's had to run back and judge the angle. I don't know. It should have been better communication because Stokes could have gotten there, but he backed off because Tewatia, with eyes on the ball, couldn't see him coming. And that's why Stokes pulled out, but it should have been Stokes' catch easier.
Another good over. 10 from it. It's 90.
চাইলেই সম্ভব।
স্যার আমি 19তম ব্যাচ।
আপনার ফেয়ারওয়েল আর আমরা আসবো না?
গ্রামীণ ফোন ইন্টারনেটে চাইলেই সম্ভব, আর এই সম্ভবটা সহজ করতে গ্রামীণ ফোন দিচ্ছে 5 GB ইন্টারনেট মাত্র 114 টাকায়।
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি। ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি। এলো গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি, নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো, গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি।
ওর সবচাইতে বেশি সময় কাটে ফ্লোরে আর এই ফ্লোরেই থাকে নানান ভাইরাস ও রোগ জীবাণু কিন্তু আমি থাকি নিশ্চিন্ত আমার আছে স্যাভলনের সুরক্ষা স্যাভলন জীবাণুমুক্ত প্রতিদিন
রেস্টুরেন্টের সাথে একটি ওয়াটার বটল ফ্রি
তোমাকে যাই দেই সব অল্প মনে হয় আপনিও আমাদের এমনই স্পেশাল একজন আপনি রবি এলিট তাই শুধু আপনার জন্যই রিওয়ার্ডের নতুন এক্সপেরিয়েন্স রবি
I think it's fair to say, and I'd love to hear a debate on that Chris Gayle is quite simply the greatest T20 cricketer there's been.
Why is that a debate?
It's always good to hear another side.
There's no debate.
I'm glad it's always good to see if there's another side. But at the moment, who is a more fearsome striker of the ball? Butler, Gale, Pooran, Stokes. I think we should take a screenshot of this and present it to Chris Gayle. It's not a level playing field. Chris Gayle is 41. Some of the guys are younger, but he still smacks it.
We're not saying he's going to continue to be that, but up to this point, when you think T20 cricket, you think Chris Gayle. I would say it's no debate in that question that was just posed either, up to this point.
Actually, the second question is actually interesting. Is there, who could be the next big T20 colossus? 13,525 T20 runs and a career strike rate of 147. So much joy over the years. Started off here at the Kolkata Knight Riders, then very dramatically was called into play for the Royal Challengers. Based on a phone call, he said, "Are you ready? Do you have a visa? You'll get your visa tomorrow morning, fly in." And without hitting a ball in the nets, goes out and plays against KKR and gets the score. And the years that followed for RCB was some of the most dramatic batting that you will see in the IPL from Chris Gayle. Still doesn't have an IPL title.
Darren knows him well because when he came to India, I think he was out of youth cricket where Darren was playing as well, under 19 World Cup cricket. But if we're talking about IPL titles, that's where, to me, Pollard has the edge in that Pollard has been significant in a championship team on multiple occasions.
Just to build on that, Bish, how often do you bat with a guy where you got to beg him to take a single and a double? Because he was always scoring boundaries. That's across formats.
What was it like going out to open the batting with Chris Gayle? Was he also, to quote that expression, low maintenance? Was he a big conversationalist?
Not a huge communicator while you're batting with him, but because I've shared a dressing room with him at the under-19 level, at the A-team level, we have that friendship off the field. So that helped in our opening partnership for the West Indies. Has a lot of pride in his personal performance.
Ferocious is the word that came to mind. Just seeing that shot, only one.
কোকা-কোলার সাথে খাওয়ার মজা জমবে কোকা-কোলা স্টক করো আর ক্যাপে নিজের অক্ষর মিলিয়ে ফ্রিজ জেতার সুযোগ নাও
বিশ্বের 1 নম্বর মধু ডাবর হানি প্রতিদিন সকালে এক গ্লাস গরম পানিতে ডাবর হানি করে তোলে শক্তিশালী রোগ প্রতিরোধ ক্ষমতা
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি এলো গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি
তুই আমাদের লেভেলের না যা
আমার সাথে খেলবে
আমাদের সাথে খেলবি
ও এখন নেক্সট লেভেলে খেলবে
Boost is the secret of our energy.
Oppo F17 Pro.
He set himself up for that shot. Danny Morrison joins us. Danny, you didn't run into Chris Gayle.
You're cheeky, aren't you, eh? I'm young, but I'm not that young. H? I'm loving this though. It's almost 100 partnership. Just creeps up on you, doesn't it? Look at that, 96 from 71 between these two.
Quietly, though, what the Royals have done is they've kept that run rate under 8. KL Rahul still only 115. Tewatia's in his third over, none for 12. So I think there's going to be a need for a mini explosion again.
On that topic of Chris Gayle, the other thing I'd like to add about him is when he just started playing international cricket, he wasn't so good against the spinners. And like all the great players, they adapt, they adjust, they become more proficient in the deficient areas, and that is what he's done. Over the years, you can't even differentiate an area of weakness to Chris Gayle. He's developed the art of sweeping the ball, slug sweeping as well. That's why he is the king of T20 batting, in my estimation.
I think there's a big shot. There's something in the air. 7.92 the net run, the run rate. We're into the 13th over. What's the expression? Something's got to give.
Just heard that trumpet going round the ground. The DJ loves it.
Right, big one, fielder, just over for Ben Stokes. It was one of those irritating sixes. Can I not, just over. What was coming?
Yeah, you're right, Harsh. You could sense it, couldn't you? Starting to just clear that front hip a little. Just a hint of flight. That's all it needs to be. And that big blade, he hasn't got all of it, of course, because it only just went over. If he did, well, be up with the flags.
He jogs the single. Or a major part of his journey, Ben Stokes was interested.
Is this really a chance? I don't think so. He was more trying to save runs. But before this innings, Chris Gayle has struck 15 sixes. Add another 5. That's 20 already in the Dream11 IPL. And it's been an asset for this Kings 11 Punjab, the ability to hit sixes. Nicholas Pooran is another one who has complimented Gayle, showing that power.
বিরাট রিফ্রেশমেন্টের জন্য 7-আপের বড় বোতল এখন মাত্র 50 টাকায়।
ফ্রেন্ডশিপের এই ম্যাজিক্যাল চেইন রিঅ্যাকশন কোনো অ্যানালাইসিস দিয়ে জাজ করা যাবে না ব্রো। এসব শুধু বন্ধু থাকলেই পসিবল। এয়ারটেল বন্ধুদের নাম্বার 1 নেটওয়ার্ক।
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। এলো গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি, নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি।
পানিবাহিত রোগ থেকে পরিবারকে সুরক্ষিত রাখতে অর্ডার করুন পিওরিট। পানিবাহিত রোগ থেকে পরিবারকে সুরক্ষিত রাখতে অর্ডার করুন পিওরিট।
এখন প্রতিটি কাপড়ই তোমাকে স্পর্শ করে স্যাভলন সুরক্ষায়। স্যাভলন, জীবাণুমুক্ত প্রতিদিন।
U+ স্পিড টেস্ট অ্যাওয়ার্ডের স্বীকৃতিতে বাংলা লিংক এখন বাংলাদেশের ফাস্টেস্ট মোবাইল নেটওয়ার্ক। ফুল স্পিড 4G তে সব হবে ফুল স্পিডে।
Okay, what's it going to be for Jofra Archer? Shot third, shot fine, just about in on the edge of the circle. There's a backward point, but the fielders on the boundary are all fairly straight. Long off, long on, deep mid-wicket.
On Academy, let's crack it sixes of the season. I spoke about Chris Gayle moving from 15 sixes to now 20. And he could add to that. Sanju Samson at the top with 23. Nicholas Pooran yet to come for the Kings 11 Punjab. KL Rahul also on that list. Significant part of batting for the Kings 11 Punjab, hitting sixes.
There's a fielder in the deep, though he won't get there before. From KL Rahul, he needed a release shot because that striker was starting to trouble him a little bit. Remember the last time these two teams played, they made 223 against the Royals and lost. And Rahul had made 69 or 52 deliveries or some around that many. So does need to get a move on.
Just to elaborate on point, gents,
It's 6 hitting. It's extraordinary. And Gale, it's almost at them laughing. Well, gents, tortoise in the hair. Just play catch up and you guys can tear off into the sun. I'll be there at the end, don't you worry.
Are you suggesting the others were hares and he's a tortoise?
Well, he's a little older than them.
Sometimes between the wickets, maybe, not in 6 hitting though, here's Archer. Oh, straight back. We've been talking about KL Rahul in that last matchup game this year. Harsha, the last 3 years, KL Rahul averages over 100 in T20 cricket against the Rajasthan Royals. So I can get what you're saying in terms of improving that strike rate. He's got the confidence, he's got the glut of runs to do so.
The truth of T20 though is a high batting average at a low strike rate ends up losing you games sometimes. So that strike rate's got to go up. Got Puran, Maxwell, Huda, they've got the firepower, but they need one. If they want to get a 185, 190. Little inside edge, it's come in handy for Chris Gale today. Oh, frustrating. This is Archer. These overs are gold for Royals. Now, as I say, in recent years, he hasn't worried in a way about starting off with a hiss and a roar, unless, of course, it's there. And respect the bowler, particularly in the power play when he was the opening in recent years. Now, of course, a little bit longer in the tooth, but still as devastating in 2020.
Oh, he's charging off for a single, and I think that might have surprised Smith as well because they'll now run 2. Oh, Chris Gale, 41 years old, is charged back for 2. Who was that used the word tortoise in this commentary box? I'm really proud of Chris Gale. I spoke about him not wanting to run in Test cricket when he was at his prime because he was so adept at scoring boundaries, even at 41. The intent, the effort being shown by the big man. Oh, that was one of the moments of this innings. Smith just looking up a little bit, took his eyes off the ball. Gale sprinted back for 2. 11 of the Archer over, not what it was meant to be for.
জানাও তোমার 3টি ইচ্ছা দাঁড়াও ওকে দাঁড়ালাম বাকি 2টা
স্প্রাইট
শেষ ইচ্ছা
আবার 3টে ইচ্ছা দাও স্প্রাইট আগে তৃষ্ণা মেটাও
Impossible is possible in Dubai, the city that brings you the world in one place. More than 190 nations coming together to create a better future for all mankind. Expo 2020 Dubai, bringing the world together.
ভাইরাস থেকে বাঁচবো কিভাবে?
ভাইরাস এক ধরনের জীবাণু আর জীবাণুর বিরুদ্ধে প্রতিরোধ করতে আছে স্যাভলন সোপের ডাবল স্ট্রেংথ। স্যাভলন সোপ, ডাবল স্ট্রেংথ, ডাবল প্রোটেকশন।
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। এলো গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি, নতুন পরিচয়ের গ্লো, গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি।
আমি পারি সাত।
মানুষ চাইলেই সব সম্ভব, আর এই সম্ভবকে সহজ করতে পাশে আছে গ্রামীণফোন 4G ইন্টারনেট।
পানিবাহিত রোগ থেকে পরিবারকে সুরক্ষিত রাখতে অর্ডার করুন পিওরিট। পানিবাহিত রোগ থেকে পরিবারকে সুরক্ষিত রাখতে অর্ডার করুন পিওরিট।
ফ্রেন্ডশিপের এই ম্যাজিক্যাল চেইন রিঅ্যাকশন কোনো অ্যানালাইসিস দিয়ে জাজ করা যাবে না ব্রো। এসব শুধু বন্ধু থাকলেই পসিবল। এয়ারটেল, বন্ধুদের নাম্বার 1 নেটওয়ার্ক।
You got it, yeah. I think you do. It's all, again, it's easy to say from up here. It's all part of that learning, and he's got the great passion. He's keen as. It's a bit like a lot of us keen driving this. Keen as mustard driving the Tata Ultros, revving it to pieces within the laws of the speed, of course, on the highway.
There's 2 partnerships on here, Rahul and Gale and Danny in the car. Hike, quick pace of the ball. Time was all over. Ben Stokes and Rajasthan Royal should be thinking about ways of containing this partnership. On screen, that's crucial. Slow deliveries, mixing that with the pace deliveries, just to offset the timing. Chris Gayle in particular is a power player, so if you outfox him with a slower delivery and just break this partnership, get into their batting.
I'm just trying to imagine when the fast bowlers started bowling the slower balls. Danny, your time started coming? Well, I'll give a big shout out here for an old teammate of mine, Chris Pringle. And in terms of playing a lot in England in the leagues, he did. And I remember him getting Graham Gooch out, for those a little bit older listening in the West. It's Headingley 1990. They'll take one and be happy. Yeah, and you think back to Stephen Waugh, there's that time. Those, in terms of O'Donnell, those guys in those late 80s doing that. But you need to, and of course in 2020, the advent of this fabulous format is so much more of a bag of tricks. You have to, particularly up against someone like Gale going like this and KL Rahul. So in the modern game, you have to have, well, almost like a variety of maybe 3 or 4 types of slower deliveries. He's got hold of that all right. Has he? No, he's not good enough. No.
বেক সর্ষে ইলিশ আমার নতুন ভিডিওর জন্য এ পর্যন্ত এটা তোর বেস্ট। এ কি এমন মলিন কাপড় পরে ইউটিউবে আসা যাবে না। তার জন্য আছে নতুন রিন, যা কাপড়ের উজ্জ্বলতা অটুট রাখে। ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজির সাহায্যে নিজের সেরাটা দেখানোর জন্য সেরা রিন।
সাথে খাওয়ার মজা জমবে। কোকা কোলা স্টক করো আর ক্যাপের নিচের অক্ষর মিলিয়ে ফ্রিজ জেতার সুযোগ নাও।
এত থালা বাসন ধোয়ার রেসিপি, এর জন্য চামচ। মাত্র 1 চামচ ভিম লিকুইড পানিতে মেশাও আর সব থালা বাসন ধুয়ে নাও, কারণ ভিম লিকুইডে আছে 100 লেবুর শক্তি, যা থালা বাসনকে করে ছকছকে পরিষ্কার। ভিম লিকুইড, মাত্র 1 চামচ ভিম লিকুইড পানিতে মেশাও আর সব থালা বাসন ধুয়ে নাও।
স্পষ্ট শোনা মনের ভাষায় নতুন আশা পূরণের অগ্রযাত্রায় সবচেয়ে বিস্তৃত 4.5G নেটওয়ার্ক আজ 5 কোটি মানুষের। এই মাইল ফলক উদযাপনে ইন্টারনেট প্যাকে প্রতিদিন 5 কোটি এমবি পর্যন্ত ফ্রি। রবি, লাইফের নতুন এক্সপেরিয়েন্স।
বিশ্বের 1 নম্বর মধু ডাবর হানি। প্রতিদিন সকালে 1 গ্লাস গরম পানিতে ডাবর হানি করে তোলে শক্তিশালী রোগ প্রতিরোধ ক্ষমতা।
বিরাট রিফ্রেশমেন্টের জন্য 7 আপের বড় বোতল এখন মাত্র 50 টাকায়।
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। ফেয়ার এন্ড
Have to bowl that again. 16 years the difference. I'm sure Nicholas Pooran as a little child growing up in Trinidad would have looked up to Chris Gayle. This is the wicket. It was the split finger slower ball. Loved it. I'm just talking, as you say, Aaron. Right on cue. Yeah, little cutters or knuckle balls or little floaters out of the front of the hand. Well executed. Right, he's called for 2. Gayle turns, Pooran says no.
Hopefully the West Indian communication will be good between these two. Both smiling. Nicholas Pooran really announcing himself in the Dream11 IPL. Fastest half century for the young man, 17 balls. And the very good thing about him and batting in T20 cricket, doesn't take a lot of balls to get going.
Two of the great accents in world cricket, Jamaican and Trinidadian. How good has this over been from Ben Stokes?
ওর সবচাইতে বেশি সময় কাটে ফ্লোরে, আর এই ফ্লোরেই থাকে নানান ভাইরাস ও রোগ জীবাণু। কিন্তু আমি থাকি নিশ্চিন্ত, আমার আছে স্যাভলনের সুরক্ষা। স্যাভলন, জীবাণুমুক্ত প্রতিদিন।
Lays লেজে দুটি ফান শিপস, কখনো লেজ পাস্তাস, কখনো লেজ 3D। এখন বেশি ফান উইথ 10% এক্সট্রা।
অ্যাপল
লিখে ফেলো। কি দরকার ছিল সব সময় বেশি বেশি?
শুধু বেশি না, বাংলা লিংক দেয় অনেক বেশি। 129 টাকায় 9 জিবি, 64 টাকায় 4.5 জিবি। বাংলা লিংক।
পানিবাহিত রোগ থেকে পরিবারকে সুরক্ষিত রাখতে অর্ডার করুন পিওরিট। পানিবাহিত রোগ থেকে পরিবারকে সুরক্ষিত রাখতে অর্ডার করুন পিওরিট।
ফ্রেন্ডশিপের এই ম্যাজিক্যাল চেইন রিঅ্যাকশন কোনো অ্যানালাইসিস দিয়ে জাজ করা যাবে না ব্রো। এসব শুধু বন্ধু থাকলেই পসিবল। এয়ারটেল।
The Ultra Super Striker of the season. He snuck on there, Nicholas. Oran. Yeah, good on you, Chief. Love his strike rate. And in fact, all of these guys, but in particular, you look at West Indian influence. Oh, KP at the top.
Actually, who I've been very impressed with in that list is Ravindra Jadeja, who's playing this role so well. The last few months, he was excellent last night for the Chennai Super Kings. He's done that 3 or 4 times in this year's tournament. This man is so exciting to watch. Love watching Nicholas Pooran.
Asha, he comes from a cricketing family. His dad plays a lot of cricket. His dad is a retired inspector of police. He actually studied law alongside me. Well, 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
His father?
His dad, yep.
Uncle Darren?
And I remember him as a kid growing up at the under-19 level before he played for the West Indies under-19 team. Always walking around with his bat and his cricket bag. I think his dad has more passion for the game of cricket than him.
So does he call you Uncle Darren?
Not a chance.
Look at the difference to the side when Ben Stokes starts to bowl. That run rate is now just about 8 because Stokes has delivered 3 overs, 1 for 19. What a difference if someone can deliver 4 overs and bat in the top 5. Right, Nicholas Pooran. Doesn't take him long. Just a short wicket and explosion.
Always very exciting at the crease, Nicholas Pooran. Varanaran wouldn't like to be bowling many deliveries to this young man. He's been in good form. Scores in quick time. Maybe not the length that he was searching for.
What he does. He is cat on a hot tin roof in terms of the wrist work. Of course, we know he keeps. Not so much of late because he's such a good fielder in the outfield too, but yeah, those hands, those fast hands, you saw that in replay, that little bottom hand flick. That's all it needed to be.
7 of the over. Good change up from Varanaran. Just 120 that ball. %61% for Chris Gale, who's the most fearsome striker of the ball. Who is, remember, it's a present tense. Butler 13, Pooran 18, Stokes 8. The universe boss will say, all you children queue up there.
Indeed. There's a no-brainer on it.
Put it up on the big screen, you can see it. Done in by the slowness again. They're taking the pace off and it's working for the Royals. 16 overs gone, 130 for 2.
End of the 16th over of Kings 11 Punjab, 130 for 2.
Right, the umpire wants to take a look at the no ball. Everyone's all ears. There is. Oh, the dreaded sound if you're the fielding captain.
And the grimace on the face of Varanaran. Rightly so. Mate. What's a biggie? It is. Oh no, thought it was going a bit further. The old leg just pops back of it, didn't it?
And I love what's happened in the modern game. Everybody, the non-striker, always inside the crease. As they should be. No more running less between wickets.
Asha.
Right, what's going to happen here? And that's going to be over cover. Oh, this man can hit a six anywhere. That is why the no ball is one of the biggest crimes in a T20 game. Suddenly it's 137 and Chris Gaffney is pointing to it.
ভাইরাস থেকে বাঁচবো কিভাবে?
ভাইরাস এক ধরনের জীবাণু আর জীবাণুর বিরুদ্ধে প্রতিরোধ করতে আছে স্যাভলন সোপের ডাবল স্ট্রেংথ। স্যাভলন সোপ, ডাবল স্ট্রেংথ, ডাবল প্রোটেকশন।
Oppo F17 Pro, ultra function, ultimate fun.
ইয়েস, আজকে আমার দিন। আজকে আমি খাবো অনেক অনেক চিকেন ম্যাগি।
ফ্রাইডেতে শ্রিম্প ম্যাগি, সানডে
ইন্টারনেট প্যাকে প্রতিদিন 5 কোটি এমবি পর্যন্ত ফ্রি। রবি, লাইফের নতুন এক্সপেরিয়েন্স।
কোকা-কোলার সাথে খাওয়ার মজা জমবে। কোকা-কোলা স্টক করো আর ক্যাপের নিচের অক্ষর মিলিয়ে ফ্রিজ জেতার সুযোগ নাও।
বেক সর্ষে ইলিশ আমার নতুন ভিডিওর জন্য। এ পর্যন্ত এটা তোর বেস্ট। এ কি এমন মলিন কাপড় পরে ইউটিউবে আসা যাবে না। তার জন্য আছে নতুন রিন, যা কাপড়ের উজ্জ্বলতা অটুট রাখে ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজির সাহায্যে। নিজের সেরাটা দেখানোর জন্য সেরা রিন।
Impossible is possible in Dubai, the city that brings you the world in one place. More than 190 nations coming together to create a better future for all mankind. Expo 2020 Dubai, bringing the world together.
ভাইয়া লুকাও, বাইরে ভাইরাস আছে। ভয় পাস না, আমি বাইরে স্কেপ পাম্প রাব ছু করে দেব। পাম্প রাব ছু।
হ্যাঁ, লাইফ বয় লিকুইড হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ কোভিড-19 করোনা ভাইরাস প্রতিরোধে 99.9% এর অধিক কার্যকর। তাই পাম্প রাব ছু।
আমি পারি শাক।
মানুষ চাইলেই সব সম্ভব, আর এই সম্ভবকে সহজ করতে পাশে আছে গ্রামীণ ফোন 4G ইন্টারনেট।
ক্লিয়ারমেন্স স্যাশের সাথে এখন এক্সট্রা 20% ফ্রি। ক্লিয়ারমেন্স স্যাশের সাথে এখন এক্সট্রা 20% ফ্রি।
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। এলো গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি, নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো, গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি।
One was a freebie right before the break. So Tyagi with 2 overs up his sleeve here, up against Gale. That is the place to be against anybody, really. Bish, you're loving that, aren't you? So am I. Here's another biggie. DCs versus the MIs will be there. Bish pumping it in the morning up the road to Dubai in that Ultros. So look forward to that immensely in the music box. All the way to the Ring of Fire. Can't wait. Bish is driving, of course. Yeah, another full delivery. Yeah, Bish got to say this is smart bowling.
Well, Karthik Tyagi is from that young school who believes in a good Yorker as well with a high action. He's been expensive in the last 3 games. I think he's gone at over 11 and over. But we always have to remember, Deepdas Gupta, that this is a 19-year-old kid. Just like 1 or 2 of the other young bowlers, they'll make mistakes, they will come up against experience, they'll get hammered at times, but it's how he goes for me the next 2, 3, 4 years.
I couldn't agree more.
And he's got that attitude. That attitude is something either you have it or you don't. And he's got it. Feisty young man. Yeah, doesn't mind a battle. Doesn't matter who the batsman is in front of him. Could be Chris Gayle. Just love that delivery of his. He bowled a bouncer and then gave Chris Gayle a stare.
I think that's the one thing. I've been watching him for a few games now. They've got to manage him because he's a feisty young fella. He reminds me of someone who's here with us in the commentary box. He's got no hair. So they've got to manage his temperament to make sure he stays out of trouble and confrontation. But he's got character and fight.
Didn't quite get all of it. Yeah, there's a few of us that need managing still. Oh, it's such a joy to watch, and he's so much of the cricket-tainment X factor. Christopher Henry Gayle has made it such a treat for all of us who are fortunate enough to be looking and working in the flesh to see this guy. 998 T26s. Nicholas Sporan, the youngster, at the other end. Smith diving away as he saved the boundary. He'll probably want to come upstairs. And Mr. Gundy will just have to have a look at it maybe.
Didn't really time it as well as it want to. Spuran, amazing piece of fielding. Steve Smith saves a couple of runs there.
Well, the cred, protect, save of note, skipper. Well done, Smithy. Up, got enough of it? Oh, you better believe it. Nicky P.
পেটের ডাক অফ যাক ফুড প্যান্ডায় অর্ডার করুন এখনই আর পেয়ে যান 50% পর্যন্ত মাথা নষ্ট ডিসকাউন্ট
স্যাভলন হ্যান্ড ওয়াশে আছে ভাইরাস ও জীবাণু ধ্বংসের কার্যকরী উপাদান যা সম্পূর্ণরূপে ধ্বংস করে করোনা ভাইরাস সহ সব ধরনের জীবাণু। স্যাভলন, জীবাণুমুক্ত প্রতিদিন।
ছোট্ট খুশির আয়োজনে যাই করি সব তুচ্ছ মনে হয়। আপনি রবি এলিট, তাই শুধু আপনার জন্যই রিওয়ার্ডের নতুন এক্সপেরিয়েন্স রবি।
রেস্টুরেন্টের সাথে একটি ওয়াটার বটল ফ্রি।
পেপসি 1 লিটার 50 টাকা। বড় পেপসি, বড় স্বাদ।
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। এলো গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি, নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো, গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি।
Two West Indians at the crease. Go at 12s, they'll get into the mid-180s. Stokes with his last 6 deliveries. A little length and it's disappeared, yeah. Stokes knows it and you could hear him cry out.
And just stay away from that arc. Stay away from that arc. So Chris Gayle's offside boundary for Chris Gayle is the longer side of the ground. Try and make him hit there. Not the leg side, which is the shorter part.
So strong and muscled that last one. Well, there's that little tennis ball. Sure, it's been called wide. I don't know if Stokes will like that. No. Now, it's the right thought pattern. Maybe just a little high. Signalled wide anyway. I'll mention that old adage of catches win matches. Dig a hole, my son.
Too harsh.
I'm saying it's probably a good place to hide at the stage. With the captain looking around. Cruel game. It's the nature of the beast. Yeah, got to hold on to everything, and particularly Gale when he gives you an opportunity. Yes, no. Oh, tough one. And Mr. Utaba was probably getting in the way as well. Oh, Tawatia should have been left for Stokes. He was so keen on having a go at it off his own bowling. Yeah, sitting back and waiting. Willis Purani will be looking and searching for those slower ones. Bish, brave enough. We had lots of slower ones.
It is brave bowling because you've got two southpaws, left-handers at the crease who can muscle the ball. So what's a good score? It's a slower pitch than we become accustomed here with at Abu Dhabi. So I'm trying to work out what's a good score. And that's why it's brave bowling, Danny, when you're bowling that length, even if sometimes you take pace off it. It's the shorter of the two boundaries. I was wondering whether full and wide might have been a better option. It depends on what the bowler's comfortable with, though. What's his skill set?
Chris Gayle batting on in his 80s. It's meet and greet.
Nice deep. Oh, he's got away with one. He's clothed it to long off. But yeah, I'm with you, Ian Bishop. I think so. I think with the biggest side of the field, and you have got two lefties in, yeah, make them reach for it. Make them reach and bowl a good wide Yorker. But he's trying knuckleballs and little cutters. You're off there. If you're off there and the old split finger delivery, you're off. That's what happens.
Yeah, I don't mind. It's a great skill, isn't it? But I still think you've also got to go safety as well. Everything can't be the knuckleball. It may well come back to work, but spread it out.
Spread your wings. No, has he got it? Oh, what a classic.
আমি চাই আমার বেবি থাকুক জীবাণুমুক্ত ও সুরক্ষিত, তাই আমি ব্যবহার করি স্যাভলন। স্যাভলন, জীবাণুমুক্ত প্রতিদিন।
সময় বলে এই অসময়ে কি করিবা সম্ভব?
চাইলেই সম্ভব।
স্যার, আমি 19তম ব্যাচ।
আপনার ফেয়ারওয়েল আর আমরা আসবো না?
গ্রামীণ ফোন ইন্টারনেটে চাইলেই সম্ভব। আর এই সম্ভবটা সহজ করতে গ্রামীণ ফোন দিচ্ছে 5 GB ইন্টারনেট মাত্র 114 টাকায়।
পেটের ডাক অফ যাক। ফুড প্যান্ডায় অর্ডার করুন এখনই আর পেয়ে যান 50% পর্যন্ত মাথা নষ্ট ডিসকাউন্ট।
পেপসি 1 লিটার 50 টাকা। বড় পেপসি, বড় স্বাদ।
ছোট্ট খুশির আয়োজনে যাই করি সব তুচ্ছ মনে হয়। আপনি রবি এলিট, তাই শুধু আপনার জন্যই রিওয়ার্ডের নতুন এক্সপেরিয়েন্স রবি।
Oppo F17 Pro, ultra function, ultimate fun.
গুলশান অফিস তাহলে গাইবান্ধা থেকে সম্ভব?
চাইলেই সম্ভব।
মানুষ চাইলেই সব সম্ভব। আর এই সম্ভবকে সহজ করতে পাশে আছে গ্রামীণ ফোন 4G ইন্টারনেট।
পানিবাহিত রোগ থেকে পরিবারকে সুরক্ষিত রাখতে অর্ডার করুন পিওরিট। পানিবাহিত রোগ থেকে পরিবারকে সুরক্ষিত রাখতে অর্ডার করুন পিওরিট।
রেস্টুরেন্টের সাথে একটি ওয়াটার বটল ফ্রি।
ওর সবচাইতে বেশি সময় কাটে ফ্লোরে, আর এই ফ্লোরেই থাকে নানান ভাইরাস ও রোগ জীবাণু। কিন্তু আমি থাকি নিশ্চিন্ত, আমার আছে স্যাভলনের সুরক্ষা। স্যাভলন, জীবাণুমুক্ত প্রতিদিন।
Looking to go full here. What can you say? You set that field according. I'm with you, Bish. Make him reach.
Yeah, again, that's Tyagi wants to bowl that because he feels capable of bowling it, whereas Ben Stokes feels that his ball into the pitch or his slower ball works better for him. So it always comes down to, folks, what a bowler feels comfortable with. It doesn't make any sense telling Ian Bishop to bowl wide Yorkers if I can't, if I'm happier with pace off the ball and into the pitch, if I don't have that skill set.
The other thing about it, so when we chatted to Ben Stokes, and cricket lovers will know, have been watching the Dream11 IPL, is that he had that back injury, a little twinge when he was batting here. Maxwell with that strike rate. Oh, no, that might have been waist high. We'll have to come and have another look at this. Below, No, it's Ravi just getting the signal there from Chris Gaffney. Got the fright of his life. He's just telling Chris Gale. Races away for a boundary and an extra.
All eyes on the ball. It's a free hit.
Whoa. That was quick and high. Almost 143 clicks. But what a gift for a batsman who's just walked out. Free hit, second delivery that he faces. License to go after the bowler.
Well done, young man. Went a little bit fuller and wide, and Maxwell trying to get too cute. Been well below par for his own high standards, of course. Muscular Aussie. Very open stance here now. Another good delivery.
Well, that's good bowling, really good bowling. You just mentioned about his open stance. That would mean anything outside and as wide as that, he would have to reach for it with his bat. His foot can never reach there. No chance he'll reach there with his foot there. That's good thinking. And look at how open he is. Amazes me, he doesn't bat like that in 50 overs cricket. I haven't really seen him bat with that kind of stance.
Nice protection. Yeah, it's been interesting the way Maxwell's approached things, isn't it? You can see he's obviously clearly not in great touch. You try and invent so many different things in this sort of, well, out of form.
Look at that. His right foot, his back foot is on the off stump. Look at that left foot of his. So he actually wants the bowlers to bowl there, hit the stumps, bowl straight to him. Length really shouldn't matter that much.
Gale. And Moosemey. Thousand maximums to the universe boss. Take a salute, Chief. Woo-hoo.
So that's 6,000 T20 runs, only with sixes. How about that?
Full's been working for young Tyagi. Yeah, a little shake of the head, he knows. Yeah, he's almost expecting it. There's some good clean fielding on the fence.
Anti-aging tiles shines more with age. Stone Shield X ceramic screw.
অ্যাপল লিখে ফেলো কি দরকার ছিল সব সময় বেশি বেশি শুধু বেশি না বাংলা লিংক দেয় অনেক বেশি 129 টাকায় 9 জিবি 64 টাকায় 4.5 জিবি বাংলা লিংক
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি এলো গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি
ফ্রেন্ডশিপের এই ম্যাজিক্যাল চেইন রিঅ্যাকশন কোনো অ্যানালাইসিস দিয়ে জাজ করা যাবে না ব্রো এসব শুধু বন্ধু থাকলেই পসিবল এয়ারটেল বন্ধুদের নাম্বার 1 নেটওয়ার্ক
আমার মতো
out. And it's a good seed. Now to get it in the block hole. Shut down those angles. You know where to hide. Young bowler got met. 1,000th maximum. Yeah, there he is. Those in the West loving old Bruce Springsteen. Needs to be the boss. Here's the universe boss. The movement. Annoying. the sixes. No surprises really, a couple of West Indians near the top of the tree, as ever. Oh, has it been put down as well? Now it's running for the Kings 11 here.
It's a difficult one for an Aaron. Timed it all right. View of the face of the bat.
Gale on 93. Stokes! No chance. And he races to 99 as the big fella.
Not sure how high on the bat this hit. It's high on the bat, but he's a big man with a big bat. Still goes for six. Jofra Archer likes a straight yorker. It's not that he can't bowl the wide yorker, but he likes the ball straight.
Oh, he's knocked him over! And he's hefty's bat as the universe boss. Oh, nice.
আমার মতো আপনারাও জানেন ডায়রিয়া সহ যে কোনো পানি শূন্যতায় আমার রাস্তা এসএমসি রোড স্যালাইন কেনার সময় প্যাকের গায়ে এসএমসি লোগো দেখে কিনবেন
এসএমসির ওর স্যালাইন নিন।
লেইজের দুটি ফান শিপস, কখনো লেইজ পাস্তাস, কখনো লেইজ 3D। এখন বেশি ফান উইথ 10% এক্সট্রা।
ছোট্ট মনে বিরাট আশা, সবাই যেন এমন স্কুল পায়। নতুন আশা পূরণের অগ্রযাত্রায় সবচেয়ে বিস্তৃত 4.5G নেটওয়ার্ক আজ 5 কোটি মানুষের। এই মাইল ফলক উদযাপনে ইন্টারনেট প্যাকে প্রতিদিন 5 কোটি MB পর্যন্ত ফ্রি। রবি, লাইফের নতুন এক্সপেরিয়েন্স।
বিরাট রিফ্রেশমেন্টের জন্য 7 আপের বড় বোতল এখন মাত্র 50 টাকা।
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। এলো গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি, নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো, গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি।
জানাও তোমার তিনটি ইচ্ছা। দাঁড়াও। ওকে দাঁড়ালাম, বাকি দুটা
স্প্রাইট।
শেষ ইচ্ছা
আবার is out there. There's a little flip looking for the Yorker. Fine leg now, Aaron. What an innings from Christopher Henry Gale. Still delighting cricket lovers. A kudos to Jofra Archer. The old bat flick. It's a new salute. Haven't seen that one for a while.
He didn't mean to let go of the bat. He didn't mean to. He's the only batsman in IPL to have 2 scores of 99 in the history of IPL. 199 not out and then this 99 tonight.
Oh, good zip. Really good pace there to finish things off. Yeah, there's the 180 that Deep you're on about. It's a beauty.
Oh, fantastic. Universe boss, 99. Because of that, Kings 11. Good score of 185. Should be quite handy.
Yeah, pretty good over to finish things off. Went for 9, but he got the wicket of Gale, did Jofra Archer, and he finishes with 2 for 26. Very impressive. Jofra Archer. Stokes then at 2 for 32 and his return to full quota of overs. Immensely impressive. The big Jamaican. Rolling back the years, Chris Gale. One heck of an entertainer. Yeah. What a great ground, what a great sight here in Abu Dhabi, the Zayed Stadium under lights. Universe Boss, great to see you as ever. I know you'll be a little disappointed getting 99, but talk us through that. How good is that?
Yeah, it was a good knock. I thought 180 is a good total, and that it's still a good wicket. I'm sure it's going to even get better to batting and second, you know. Getting out to 99, that's unfortunate. I've been there, done that already, as much as, you know, I'd love 100, but, you know, these things do happen. But good ball, like I said, these things do happen. Still feeling good.
Still feeling good, still looking good. What is motivating you to keep going, Gailey?
Well, to be honest, it's all about the mental aspect of my game. I think that's what's keeping me going. I'm enjoying the cricket same way, and I still want to do well. As much as, you know, I'd love to have an IPL trophy under my belt. But, you know, it's still a long way to go. This is a very important game for us, and once we win this, you know, we should actually look forward to the next game. But like I said, I'm just enjoying the cricket, having fun out there. You know, batting with the youngsters, it's a good thing, honestly.
I know milestones don't really light you too much, but 1,000 maximums in T20. Oh, talk us through that.
1,000 maximum, another record?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't know. I just have to give thanks, and, you know, to still hitting it well, you know, at the age 41, you know, still have to give, you know, thanks for that. I think a lot of dedication and the hard work have actually, you know, paid off over the years. Still here, still doing it the same way, so I'm very grateful for that, to be honest with you. So to the guys who are promised a century, I missed out today, but in my mind it's a century. All right, I score 100 today. We just need a win.
Love you to pieces, Christopher. Go well. Thanks for talking to us.
All right, cheers, man.
Yeah, keep playing, keep doing your thing, because it is so entertaining. Skipper with that 46 from 41, but the standout, Christopher Henry Gale, 99 from 63, smashing it to all parts and rolling back the clock and entertaining us all here to allow the Kings 11 to get up to 185 for 4 from their 20. Jofra Archer, the standout there at the top, 2 for 26. And nice to see Ben Stokes getting in the full quota of 4 with 2 for 32, the outstanding bowlers here for the double R's. Target of 186 from 120 balls. Asking rate at 9.3s, not impossible. Can they do it? We'll be back to find out very shortly.
ভাইরাস থেকে বাঁচবো কিভাবে?
ভাইরাস এক ধরনের জীবাণু, আর জীবাণুর বিরুদ্ধে প্রতিরোধ করতে আছে স্যাভলন সোপের ডাবল স্ট্রেংথ। স্যাভলন সোপ, ডাবল স্ট্রেংথ, ডাবল প্রোটেকশন।
পেপসি 1 লিটার 50 টাকা। বড় পেপসি, বড় স্বাদ।
পেটের ডাক অফ যাক। ফুড প্যান্ডায় অর্ডার করুন এখনই আর পেয়ে যান 50% পর্যন্ত মাথা নষ্ট ডিসকাউন্ট।
সময় বলে এই অসময়ে কি করিবা সম্ভব?
চাইলেই সম্ভব।
স্যার আমি 19তম ব্যাচ।
আপনার ফেয়ারওয়েল আর আমরা আসবো না?
গ্রামীণ ফোন ইন্টারনেটে চাইলেই সম্ভব, আর এই সম্ভবটা সহজ করতে গ্রামীণ ফোন দিচ্ছে 5 GB ইন্টারনেট মাত্র 114 টাকায়।
ফ্রেন্ডশিপের এই ম্যাজিক্যাল চেইন রিঅ্যাকশন কোনো অ্যানালাইসিস দিয়ে জাজ করা যাবে না ব্রো। এসব শুধু বন্ধু থাকলেই পসিবল। এয়ারটেল, বন্ধুদের নাম্বার 1 নেটওয়ার্ক।
বিশ্বের 1 নম্বর মধু ডাবর হানি।
প্রতিদিন সকালে এক গ্লাস গরম পানিতে ডাবর হানি করে তোলে শক্তিশালী রোগ প্রতিরোধ ক্ষমতা।
Huge, humongous, 10 times more durable. Stone Shield Tiles, X-Ceramics Group.
ওর সবচাইতে বেশি সময় কাটে ফ্লোরে, আর এই ফ্লোরেই থাকে নানান ভাইরাস ও রোগ জীবাণু। কিন্তু আমি থাকি নিশ্চিন্ত, আমার আছে স্যাভলনের সুরক্ষা। স্যাভলন, জীবাণুমুক্ত প্রতিদিন।
এই সময় তো আশেপাশে ভালো ডাক্তারও পাবো না।
আশেপাশে না, দেশের সেরা ডাক্তারই পাবে।
ওকলা সার্টিফাইড বাংলা লিংক এখন বাংলাদেশের ফাস্টেস্ট মোবাইল নেটওয়ার্ক।
ফুল স্পিড 4G তে সব হবে ফুল স্পিডে।
বাংলা লিংক।
আমার মতো আপনারাও জানেন ডায়রিয়া সহ যে কোনো পানি শূন্যতায় আমার আস্থা এসএমসি রোড স্যালাইন। কেনার সময় প্যাকের গায়ে এসএমসি লোগো দেখে কিনবেন।
এসএমসির ওরসালাইন।
আজকে আমি খাবো ঝাল ঝাল চিনি ম্যাগি। ফ্রাইডেতে শ্রিম্প ম্যাগি, সানডে মানডে সুপি ওয়ান, মঙ্গল বুধ বৃহস্পতি ভেজ এক টম ইয়াম, স্যাটারডেতে চিকেন ম্যাগি, কি যে মজা ইয়াম ইয়াম।
ম্যাগি মানে ভিন্ন স্বাদে প্রতিদিন।
ভাগ্যিস ম্যাগি ছিল। ফ্রম নেসলে।
তোমাকে যাই দেই সব অল্প মনে হয়। আপনিও আমাদের এমনই স্পেশাল একজন। আপনি রবি এলিট, তাই শুধু আপনার জন্যই রিওয়ার্ডের নতুন এক্সপেরিয়েন্স রবি।
Oppo F17 Pro, ultra function, ultimate fun.
লেইজের দুটি ফান শিপস, কখনো লেইজ পাস্তাস, কখনো লেইজ 3D। এখন বেশি ফান উইথ 10% এক্সট্রা।
আমি পারি সাত।
মানুষ চাইলেই সব সম্ভব, আর এই সম্ভবকে সহজ করতে পাশে আছে গ্রামীণ ফোন 4G ইন্টারনেট।
জানাও তোমার তিনটি ইচ্ছা।
দাঁড়া।
ওকে দাঁড়ালাম, বাকি দুটা
স্প্রাইট।
শেষ ইচ্ছা, আবার তিনটে ইচ্ছা দাও।
স্প্রাইট, আগে তৃষ্ণা মেটাও।
করোনার সাথে লড়াইয়ে আমরাই করব জয়, তাই তো হাতে তুলে নিয়েছি স্যাভলন ডিসইনফেক্টেন্ট স্প্রে, যা করোনা ভাইরাসকে সম্পূর্ণরূপে ধ্বংস করে দেয়। স্যাভলন ডিসইনফেক্টেন্ট স্প্রে।
ছোট্ট খুশির আয়োজনে যাই করি সব তুচ্ছ মনে হয়। আপনি রবি এলিট, তাই শুধু আপনার জন্যই রিওয়ার্ডের নতুন এক্সপেরিয়েন্স রবি।
ইভেন ক্যান্সেলড।
ইভেন্ট ক্যান্সেলড, ডান্স না।
ফুল স্পিড 4G তে সব হবে ফুল স্পিডে, সব হবে ফুল স্পিডে। ওকলা সার্টিফাইড বাংলা লিংক এখন বাংলাদেশের ফাস্টেস্ট মোবাইল নেটওয়ার্ক।
ফুল স্পিড 4G তে সব হবে ফুল স্পিডে।
বাংলা লিংক।
Anti-aging tiles shines more with age. Stone Shield, X-Ceramics Group.
তোমাকে যাই দেই সব অল্প মনে হয়। আপনিও আমাদের এমনই স্পেশাল একজন। আপনি রবি এলিট, তাই শুধু আপনার জন্যই রিওয়ার্ডের নতুন এক্সপেরিয়েন্স রবি।
জানাও তোমার তিনটি ইচ্ছা।
দাঁড়া।
ওকে দাঁড়ালাম, বাকি দুটা
স্প্রাইট।
শেষ ইচ্ছা, আবার তিনটে ইচ্ছা দাও।
স্প্রাইট, আগে তৃষ্ণা মেটাও।
ফ্রেন্ডশিপের এই ম্যাজিক্যাল চেইন রিঅ্যাকশন কোনো অ্যানালাইসিস দিয়ে জাজ করা যাবে না ব্রো। এসব শুধু বন্ধু থাকলেই পসিবল। এয়ারটেল, বন্ধুদের নাম্বার 1 নেটওয়ার্ক।
ভাইরাস থেকে বাঁচবো কিভাবে?
ভাইরাস এক ধরনের জীবাণু, আর জীবাণুর বিরুদ্ধে প্রতিরোধ করতে আছে স্যাভলন সোপের ডাবল স্ট্রেংথ। স্যাভলন সোপ, ডাবল স্ট্রেংথ, ডাবল প্রোটেকশন। কোকা-কোলার সাথে খাওয়ার মজা জমবে। কোকা-কোলা স্টক করো, আর ক্যাপের নিচের অক্ষর মিলিয়ে ফ্রিজ জেতার সুযোগ না। সময় বলে
এই অসময়ে কি করিবা সম্ভব?
চাইলেই সম্ভব।
স্যার, আমি 19তম ব্যাচ।
আপনার ফেয়ারওয়েল আর আমরা আসবো না?
গ্রামীণ ফোন ইন্টারনেটে চাইলেই সম্ভব, আর এই সম্ভবটা সহজ করতে গ্রামীণ ফোন দিচ্ছে 5 GB ইন্টারনেট মাত্র 114 টাকায়।
স্যাভলন হ্যান্ড ওয়াশে আছে ভাইরাস ও জীবাণু ধ্বংসের কার্যকরী উপাদান, যা সম্পূর্ণরূপে ধ্বংস করে করোনা ভাইরাস সহ সব ধরনের জীবাণু। স্যাভলন, জীবাণুমুক্ত প্রতিদিন।
Look at this bowling lineup is Mohammad Shami at the top, Chris Jordan at the bottom, and big support from young Arshdeep Singh. And then two quality spinners with Glenn Maxwell also chipping in. Right, you've seen the universe boss get 99. Now this lovely evening, we'll wait and see if Rajasthan Royals playing for survival can get to 186. Ben Stokes again opening the batting. His 100 against the Mumbai Indians was one of the innings of the tournament.
Few words from the captain KL Rahul before he takes the field. He'll be pleased with the score of 185 and to defend it. Upon reflection, Rajasthan Royals just used 4 overs of leg spin. And that to me was very surprising, given the fact that they've taken a lot of wickets in previous matches for the Rajasthan Royals.
Yes, it should be a good chase. Chris Gayle said batting might actually get easier as the evening wears on. This is a good partnership. Robin Uthappa, so classical and correct. Ben Stokes, one of the modern legends. The slow start to the tournament did Ben Stokes. Just a couple of games left. He's now managed a century. He's got a couple of wickets under his belt today.
Opening the bowling for Kings of Punjab, jersey number 2, Arshdeep Singh.
So Robin Uthappa will take first strike. An IPL veteran. Started at Mumbai Indians. He's played Royal Challengers, played his best cricket for the Kolkata Knight Riders. Now keeping it going here at the Rajasthan Royals in the company of Ben Stokes. 2 centuries for him already in the IPL. Okay, they toyed with the idea of having a slip, and then that's come out to a catching shot mid-wicket as Arshdeep Singh has the new ball. I think he's played quite a significant role, this young man, in this Kings 11 revival. There have been a lot of major actors. Chris Gayle among them, Nicholas Puran, Mohammad Shami. So many of them. But what Arshdeep Singh has done is to allow them so much choice at the death. They can go to Jordan, they can go to Shami, they can go to Arshdeep. It's just made the attack more rounded. He's been brave, he's bowled the tough overs. But he's bowling into the wind. 186 to get. Arshdeep Singh, Robin Uthappa. Chris Gayle's not on the field. And he's 41. He can't score 99 and come and charge around the outfield again. But I hope we see him at some point. Jimmy Neesham is on the field. And Jagadish Suchit is on the field as well for Mandeep Singh. So I just wonder if that finger's all right. Jammed his finger at the ball that he got out. Just a bit the swing. Look at it very carefully because you won't see it for too long.
And he's gone full there. He's got to be mindful, Ashley, of his length, still learning his game. Because from what we've seen with Stokes and Robin Utapad, they'll come hard at you early. And these are teams like Rajasthan with very little to lose, all to gain from playing aggressive cricket.
Stokes wants a second. Not the greatest of throws, though. Just to remind you of the enormity of this run chase for Rajasthan Royals. They don't make these 186. That's it in the tournament for them. Kings 11 win this. They've got the opportunity of going to 16. If they lose it, they're still in. Because of this wonderful winning streak of theirs, they can still qualify with 14 if other results go in their favor. Should be another 2. There's 2 possibilities on there. That teams will get, there'll be a log jam around 16 or around 14. RCB could get to 16, DC could get to 16. Kings 11 can get to 16 as well, but if they lose today, if Rajasthan Royals make this run chase, then the Royals have the opportunity of going to 14. Kings will get stuck. The best they can do then is 14. Kolkata Knight Riders can get to 14.
Kings win their last 2 games. They might just challenge for a top 2 position.
What a story that will be. So tomorrow in Dubai, Mumbai Indians play the Delhi Capitals. Remember, the Delhi Capitals have lost 3 in a row now. They desperately want to get back to winning. And then RCB versus the Sunrisers is a big game because Sunrisers have the big net run rate advantage. They need to find a way of getting to 14 first. Right, he's got hold of that. Enough to send it 2 bounces, 1 bounce into the boundary. So you're right, Vish, they are coming hard at young Arshdeep. 9 for no loss.
Fair and Lovely নতুন নাম এখন Glow and Lovely. Fair and Lovely এখন Glow and Lovely. এলো Glow and Lovely. নতুন পরিচয় Glow. Glow and Lovely.
সাথে খাওয়ার মজা জমবে। কোকা কোলা স্টক করো আর ক্যাপের নিচের অক্ষর মিলিয়ে ফ্রিজ জেতার সুযোগ নাও।
করোনার সাথে লড়াইয়ে আমরাই করব জয়। তাই তো হাতে তুলে নিয়েছি স্যাভলন ডিসইনফেক্ট্যান্ট স্প্রে, যা করোনা ভাইরাসকে সম্পূর্ণরূপে ধ্বংস করে দেয়। স্যাভলন ডিসইনফেক্ট্যান্ট স্প্রে।
বিরাট রিফ্রেশমেন্টের জন্য 7 আপের বড় বোতল এখন মাত্র 50 টাকা।
তুই আমাদের লেভেলের না, যা।
আমার সাথে খেলবে?
আমাদের সাথে খেলবি?
ও এখন নেক্সট লেভেলে খেলবে।
Boost is the secret of our energy.
Shami. The Kings 11 did get to 185, which is because Chris Gale was at his best again. 99. Went past 1,000 T20 with Fish. Still a mind-boggling thing, 1,000 sixes in T20 cricket.
One of the smarter opening batsmen, in addition to that power that you talked about, he times his acceleration, he targets his bowlers in hitting many of those sixes, and he's such a big, strong man as well, knows his areas. Left a great legacy, and will leave a great legacy, I should say, in T20 cricket when he decides to depart.
Oh, good shot. Good shot. The timing on that was very good again.
As mentioned, a continuation of the form we saw in the last match. But Shami maybe offering too much width. Was a good delivery. Maybe wanted a tighter line. Can talk about that corridor of uncertainty outside the off stump for a left-hander.
No catcher already. Well, because finally it was inside the circle. He probably made up his mind he was going to go there. The wiser. Just as well.
It's a risk of that happening. I watched young Gaikwad last night in the Chennai Super Kings chase, lap sweep Lucky Ferguson. Guys these days are so brave.
I remember the first time we saw that, I was working with Ian Chappell, and he said, I hope he's got a good dentist. I've round the wicket now, Shami. Extra covers just moved a couple of steps in and straighter. Just short. Just short. He's a magnificent fielder, Maxwell.
He just hung back a bit, Maxwell, for a fraction of a second, which didn't allow him to make the ground. Stokes himself took an excellent catch of a similar type of effort today off Mandeep. Was just hanging back half a second, and Maxwell is excellent in the field.
They'll take the single.
Important to note as well, Harshan and Darren, that Shami's decided to come round the wicket at Stokes after being punched through the offside for 4, precisely to cut down the room.
This was the catch that Bish was referring to. Might also be the delivery that caused Mandeep not to be on the field. The only difference, I'd say, Bish, was this hung in the air maybe just a little shade longer. Oh, Robin Uthappa. If he plays one.
পেটে ডাক অফ যাক ফুড প্যান্ডায় অর্ডার করুন এখনই আর পেয়ে যান 50% পর্যন্ত মাথা নষ্ট ডিসকাউন্ট।
করোনার সাথে লড়াইয়ে আমরাই করব জয়, তাই তো হাতে তুলে নিয়েছি স্যাভলন ডিসইনফেক্টেন্ট স্প্রে, যা করোনা ভাইরাসকে সম্পূর্ণরূপে ধ্বংস করে দেয়। স্যাভলন ডিসইনফেক্টেন্ট স্প্রে।
জানাও তোমার তিনটি ইচ্ছা। দাঁড়াও। ওকে দাঁড়ালাম, বাকি দুটা
স্প্রাইট। শেষ ইচ্ছা, আবার তিনটে ইচ্ছা দাও। স্প্রাইট, আগে তৃষ্ণা মেটাও।
গুলশান অফিস তাহলে গাইবান্ধা থেকে সম্ভব?
চাইলেই সম্ভব।
মানুষ চাইলেই সব সম্ভব, আর এই সম্ভবকে সহজ করতে পাশে আছে গ্রামীণফোন 4G ইন্টারনেট।
For the Rajasthan Royals, 2 overs 21 for no loss. They got a new ball, and that's why the game was held up. They got a new ball. Have to be a new one, won't it? It's just 2 overs old. Will it just swing a little bit again?
Well, not all of them swing, but you're absolutely right. Kxip will be thinking, gosh, I hope this continues to swing like the first one.
I did. Not a lot, but it did.
The problem with that short ball at the back end of the last over was that it was just outside the left shoulder of Robin Uthappa. With short fine leg, it helps Uthappa to just lob it that side. Where it needed to be was at the right shoulder, where Robin Uthappa duck hooks sometimes and brings that man, the deep square leg, into play.
Went very, very quickly. It's a good fielder out in the deep. I think there's Jimmy Neesham there, but couldn't get there. Wasn't too far from him.
Struggling with his lengths, his lines. Mention when you're going short, you've got to get it head height. Make it uncomfortable. Put the batsman in a vulnerable position. On that occasion, Ben Stokes, he was in full control.
Amazing, you get a big score behind you, like Ben Stokes said. You might be among the best players in the world at the moment, but just the confidence shows in your stroke play. He's timing the ball so much better than he was in the early games. This was the match against the Mumbai Indians, chasing 195. One of the innings of the tournament, and then the celebration or the gesture thereafter. That was his father.
26 without loss. I'm sure at the back of KL Rahul's mind, he will be thinking as to what transpired when they batted. Steve Smith didn't use any spinners in the power play overs. Only used 4 overs of spin in the middle overs and none produced wickets. So it might be an opportunity to go with your gut feeling. Uthappa doesn't bat the leg spinner well. Try Bishnoi or Murugan Ashwin in this power play. Try to get a wicket.
Oh, he followed him. It was not a bad idea. But fine leg was inside the circle, so just had to beat him for 4.
I love the attitude and the intent of Ben Stokes and Robin Uthappa. Even when they haven't been scoring big runs, there's been some intent in their play. So we haven't seen a lot of pace off the ball with the new ball occasionally. Your point about spin is a good one. I wonder if it could be Ravi Bishnoi with that googly and quick through the air if we do see it in the power play.
Uthappa just 4 times dismissed in this year's IPL. Only 13 runs produced against leg spinners.
Oppo F17 Pro, ultra function, ultimate fun.
বেক সর্ষে ইলিশ আমার নতুন ভিডিওর জন্য এই পর্যন্ত এটা তোর বেস্ট। এ কি এমন মলিন কাপড় পরে ইউটিউবে আসা যাবে না। তার জন্য আছে নতুন রিন, যা কাপড়ের উজ্জ্বলতা অটুট রাখে ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজির সাহায্যে। নিজের সেরাটা দেখানোর জন্য সেরা রিন।
তোমাকে যাই দেই সব অল্প মনে হয়। আপনিও আমাদের এমনই স্পেশাল একজন। আপনি রবি এলিট, তাই শুধু আপনার জন্যই রিওয়ার্ডের নতুন এক্সপেরিয়েন্স রবি।
আমার মতো আপনারাও জানেন ডায়রিয়া সহ যে কোনো পানি শূন্যতায় আমার আস্থা এসএমসি রোড স্যালাইন। কেনার সময় প্যাকের গায়ে এসএমসি লোগো দেখে কিনবেন।
এসএমসির ওর স্যালাইন।
Acquired rate still 9 and over. We are getting spin, but not the spinner you might have suggested, but the more classical leg spinner in Murugan Ashwin.
Yeah, Murugan Ashwin, it's his most successful IPL season. Over his career, he's got more wickets this season than in any of the previous ones. And I like him because I don't know if he gets as much credit as he deserves. get smashed to all parts tonight now that I've said that. But I think his dad is a Tamil movie writer. So he comes from artistic stock. Does he rely more on the leg spinner than he does the googly compared to Bishnoi?
It's a support. Deep backward square, deep mid-wicket. It's quite an appeal, that. Unusual. Reason Ben Stokes is playing that shot. He's got 3 fielders inside the circle at short third, 2 at short third really, 1 finer, 1 squarer, 1 backward point. He's trying to beat those, no support behind him. This is of course a great power play. It's not just these 2 teams that can make the big gains. Could be you as well if you get on the Cred app right now. Yes, that's a field I was talking about. That's a field he's trying to beat on the offside by getting it over them maybe. Exactly that. But the bowler mind that too much, given that there's maybe an element of risk involved in the shot.
I think you don't mind any boundary that you go for, but if you're talking about whether he's taking a high degree of risk, the bowler will say yes. But I think he still wants to avoid it somehow.
The more traditional way, the more Ben Stokes way. And the kind of distance that Ben Stokes gets when he plays a shot like that. An unacademy cracking 6. And he's up and running, 33 of 17. This is an excellent start.
From over the wicket, it is always difficult to bowl to a left-hander when you don't have a long off and a long on. 2 fielders outside the 30-yard circle at square leg and deep mid-wicket. I'd rather see him go round the wicket with the angle. Sometimes the ball hits the inside part of the bat and could go in that mid-wicket region. Now deep square leg comes in and the long on is inserted.
Doesn't matter where the fielders are, you can have 50 inside this ground if he keeps hitting over them. Another left-hander is powering his way here.
Strike rate 216, a contender for Ultra Super Striker of the match. I'll wait one more ball before talking about the bowling, see what happens, but Stokes is going guns, brilliant.
.16 off the leggy. Now what's he going to do? Deep backward squares on the boundary, mid-wickets come in, long ons moving wider. It doesn't matter, he's hitting them out of the ground.
That's why I kind of was edging for Bishnoi. Just felt Bishnoi quicker through here with
Apple. লিখে ফেলো কি দরকার ছিল সব সময় বেশি বেশি শুধু বেশি না বাংলা লিংক দেয় অনেক বেশি 129 টাকায় 9 জিবি 64 টাকায় 4.5 জিবি বাংলা লিংক
লেজের দুটি ফান শিপস, কখনো লেজ পাস্তাস, কখনো লেজ 3D। এখন বেশি ফান উইথ 10% এক্সট্রা।
আমি পারি সাত।
মানুষ চাইলেই সব সম্ভব, আর এই সম্ভবকে সহজ করতে পাশে আছে গ্রামীণ ফোন 4G ইন্টারনেট।
ওর সবচাইতে বেশি সময় কাটে ফ্লোরে, আর এই ফ্লোরেই থাকে নানান ভাইরাস ও রোগ জীবাণু। কিন্তু আমি থাকি নিশ্চিন্ত, আমার আছে স্যাভলনের সুরক্ষা। স্যাভলন, জীবাণুমুক্ত প্রতিদিন।
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। এলো গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি, নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো, গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি।
So Shami now into the win. He's got a good gig here, Robin Uthappa. Take a single and watch Ben Stokes bat. the crit power player of the season. Will be Ben Stokes again today. 39 of 19 with 11 balls to go in the power play. Archer's won 4 as well. I think it's written into Archer's contract that his first 2 overs should be single-digit overs. Horacha. Oh, shot. He's already hit some beauties, Ben Stokes. But this was a shot that's got all 3 of us with a similar exclamation. An action replay from the 107 not out. Oh, yes. Love the way modern batsmen make the stumps irrelevant. Protecting the stumps is such a big aspect of batsmanship. But it doesn't matter. You can see the stumps all you want because my bat is going to make contact.
Says a lot about batsman's confidence level as well. Yeah, that's been an issue this season for Ben Stokes. Trying to hit too hard, loses his shape a bit. But since last innings and even this one, especially this shot, he's waiting for the ball to come to him. He's not rushing into his shot, holding on to his shape. A lot better than what he was doing initially. When he's in that kind of mood, Ben Stokes, he's as good as anyone else in world cricket.
Robin Uthappa doesn't need to buy a ticket, but he's got a great view.
Show me, show me, show me.
There is a field red long run. It's already the fastest 50 as a team in this year's tournament. 4.2 overs only. Not a bad over this so far. 6 from it. He's got to end it well. He's got Uthappa in strike. He's only had 6 balls to Stokes' 23. Oh, just short. Just short. It's a manner in which he's got out before, so he's lucky to be in.
বিশ্বের 1 নম্বর মধু ডাবর হানি প্রতিদিন সকালে 1 গ্লাস গরম পানিতে ডাবর হানি করে তোলে শক্তিশালী রোগ প্রতিরোধ ক্ষমতা।
বেক সর্ষে ইলিশ আমার নতুন ভিডিওর জন্য এ পর্যন্ত এটা তোর বেস্ট। এ কি এমন মলিন কাপড় পরে ইউটিউবে আসা যাবে না। তার জন্য আছে নতুন রিন যা কাপড়ের উজ্জ্বলতা অটুট রাখে ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজির সাহায্যে নিজের সেরাটা দেখানোর জন্য সেরা রিন।
ফ্রেন্ডশিপের এই ম্যাজিক্যাল চেইন রিঅ্যাকশন কোনো অ্যানালাইসিস দিয়ে জাজ করা যাবে না ব্রো। এসব শুধু বন্ধু থাকলেই পসিবল। এয়ারটেল বন্ধুদের নাম্বার 1 নেটওয়ার্ক।
পেটের ডাক অফ যাক ফুড প্যান্ডায় অর্ডার করুন এখনই আর পেয়ে যান 50% পর্যন্ত মাথা নষ্ট ডিসকাউন্ট।
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। এলো গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি।
বিরাট রিফ্রেশমেন্টের জন্য 7 আপের বড় বোতল এখন মাত্র 50 টাকায়।
ফ্রেন্ডশিপের এই ম্যাজিক্যাল চেইন রিঅ্যাকশন কোনো অ্যানালাইসিস দিয়ে জাজ করা যাবে না ব্রো। এসব শুধু বন্ধু থাকলেই পসিবল। এয়ারটেল বন্ধুদের নাম্বার 1 নেটওয়ার্ক।
They need wickets quickly now. key setup now with Jordan into the attack here. Two England players up against each other.
Oh. Ben Stokes. 24 balls, 3 sixes, still the power play on, already 50 on the board.
Firing up in pink and firing up in red. Ben Stokes. Yeah, in his arc. Says, thanks, CJ. We're in the nets back in the UK.
Royals are saying, gee, if we had him the whole season, if he was in form, how we'd have lifted our side.
Really good comeback there from Jordan. Just sense and see that Stokes is just on the charge and hungry for it. Now, catches are so key. They can change the state of a game, the outcome of a match. Look at this from Parakal. Oh.
Taken, it's over for Ben Stokes.
জানাও তোমার তিনটি ইচ্ছা দাঁড়াও ওকে দাঁড়ালাম বাকি দুটা
স্প্রাইট
শেষ ইচ্ছা আবার তিনটে ইচ্ছা দাও স্প্রাইট আগে তৃষ্ণা মেটাও
স্পষ্ট শোনা মনের ভাষায় নতুন আশা পূরণের অগ্রযাত্রায় সবচেয়ে বিস্তৃত 4.5G নেটওয়ার্ক আজ 5 কোটি মানুষের এই মাইল ফলক উদযাপনে ইন্টারনেট প্যাকে প্রতিদিন 5 কোটি এমবি পর্যন্ত ফ্রি। রবি, লাইফের নতুন এক্সপেরিয়েন্স।
Huge, humongous, 10 times more durable. Stone Shield Tiles, X-Ceramics Group.
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি। ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি। এলো গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি, নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো, গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি।
স্যাভলন হ্যান্ড ওয়াশে আছে ভাইরাস ও জীবাণু ধ্বংসের কার্যকরী উপাদান যা সম্পূর্ণরূপে ধ্বংস করে করোনা ভাইরাস সহ সব ধরনের জীবাণু। স্যাভলন, জীবাণুমুক্ত প্রতিদিন।
ভাইয়া লুকাও, বাইরে ভাইরাস আছে। ভয় পাস না, আমি ভাইরাসকে পাম্প রাব ছু করে দেব। পাম্প রাব ছু?
হ্যাঁ, লাইফ বয় লিকুইড হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ কোভিড-19 করোনা ভাইরাস প্রতিরোধে 99.9% এর অধিক কার্যকর। তাই পাম্প রাব ছু।
আমার মতো আপনারাও জানেন ডায়রিয়া সহ যে কোনো পানি শূন্যতায় আমার আস্থা এসএমসি রোড স্যালাইন। কেনার সময় প্যাকের গায়ে এসএমসি লোগো দেখে কিনবেন।
এসএমসির ওর স্যালাইন।
We've got two very pretty good-looking batsmen in terms of the shots they play. Starts off with a single. Very elegant stroke players at the crease, but how good was Stokes, Danny? Extremely. And those Royals fans, yeah, they'll be cursing with Stokes himself. Gets to 50, gets out. Full grimace says it all from B. Stokes. Now we've got one of the more talented guys going around. Started off with a hiss and a roar. Let's tape it off somewhat. Sanju Samson. Nice numbers. Did he play that off middle? Or off, or even further. That was only 105 in all fairness. Maybe he picked it. It's a middle leg. Fine leg was inside the circle, I think so. So Robin Uthappa thought, right, if I can beat that man, play it to his left maybe, I'll get 4. shot. Excellent shot. Just comes in and starts the Sanju Samson. 66 for 1 from 6.
কোকা-কোলার সাথে খাওয়ার মজা জমবে। কোকা-কোলা স্টক করো আর ক্যাপের নিচের অক্ষর মিলিয়ে ফ্রিজ জেতার সুযোগ নাও।
এখন প্রতিটি কাপড়ই তোমাকে স্পর্শ করে স্যাভলন সুরক্ষায়। স্যাভলন, জীবাণুমুক্ত প্রতিদিন।
পেটের ডাক অফ যাক। ফুড প্যান্ডায় অর্ডার করুন এখনই আর পেয়ে যান 50% পর্যন্ত মাথা নষ্ট ডিসকাউন্ট।
ফ্রেন্ডশিপের এই ম্যাজিক্যাল চেইন রিঅ্যাকশন কোনো অ্যানালাইসিস দিয়ে জাজ করা যাবে না ব্রো। এসব শুধু বন্ধু থাকলেই পসিবল। এয়ারটেল, বন্ধুদের নাম্বার 1 নেটওয়ার্ক।
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। এলো গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি, নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো। গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি।
Line up too. Right, Murugan Ashwin comes back after that ill-fated venture in the power play. He's got Robin Uthappa in front of him and lots of support in the field now. 5 outside.
Nice, यार। जल्दी आ।
Important 7 overs. These are 3 from Ashwin and 4 from Bishnoi. Last ball of the previous over finished off the power play in style. Sanju Samson. That's exactly what he was telling us before the game started. In the interview he said he's trying to hold on to his shape longer, play more orthodox shots.
And that'll, I think, stand him in very good stead because his ability is never in doubt.
But just looking at the shape that I was talking about, Ben Stokes, that's the 6 that he hit. And then the delivery that he got out to, got cramped. But look at that shape. He opens up early, the right shoulder, and it's all about his bottom hand. I do understand the lengths were different. It was easier to go through with his hands with that one. But the wicket delivery, a lot fuller. But there, once you open up your front shoulder, it becomes very difficult to control that. And all you can do is slice it, and you're playing with your bottom hand then. It's easier to slice when you're playing with your bottom hand.
Nice act.
Especially if you're going towards offside. That was something that he was doing initial part of the tournament. Last game, even this game to a great extent, was waiting for it, was holding on to his shape a lot longer. Ben Stokes. Such an art, that big hitting. It's not just about brute force. There's so much of technique involved with big hitting.
An opportunity though here for Kings to come back into this game. 4 runs of this over so far. Stokes is gone. And just 5. They need to string in a few low scoring overs. Maybe pick up a wicket. 7 gone, 71 for 1.
চাইলেই সম্ভব।
স্যার, আমি 19তম ব্যাচ।
আপনার ফেয়ারওয়েল আর আমরা আসবো না?
গ্রামীণ ফোন ইন্টারনেটে চাইলেই সম্ভব। আর এই সম্পর্কটা সহজ করতে গ্রামীণ ফোন দিচ্ছে 5 GB ইন্টারনেট মাত্র 114 টাকায়।
Oppo F17 Pro, ultra function, ultimate fun.
রেস্টুরেন্টের সাথে একটি ওয়াটার বটল ফ্রি।
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। এলো গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি, নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো। গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি।
পেপসি 1 লিটার 50 টাকা, বড় পেপসি বড় স্বাদ।
বিশ্বের 1 নম্বর মধু ডাবর হানি। প্রতিদিন সকালে 1 গ্লাস গরম পানিতে ডাবর হানি করে তোলে শক্তিশালী রোগ প্রতিরোধ ক্ষমতা।
স্যাভলন হ্যান্ড ওয়াশে আছে ভাইরাস ও জীবাণু ধ্বংসের কার্যকরী উপাদান, যা সম্পূর্ণরূপে ধ্বংস করে করোনা ভাইরাস সহ সব ধরনের জীবাণু। স্যাভলন, জীবাণুমুক্ত প্রতিদিন।
Ravi Bishnoi has made the transition from being a junior cricketer to playing in the toughest league.
He's one of those emerging contenders for Emerging Player Award. Performances of the season, Ravi Bishnoi, what a story. That journey that you just mentioned from Jodhpur till here.
So who are you voting for, D? Come on.
Oh, I still haven't made up my mind. But if you all have, you know where to go.
Cop out. The website, I'm just building up the website. Go to the website and vote, folks. Don't allow Harsh and Deep to take all the votes. Go to IPLT20.com. Very impressed with Padikkal. No timing at all for Samson. Actually, how good was Ruturaj Gaikwad yesterday? Yeah, huge. And you can hear all the accolades from him, and then of course on social media, yeah, a lot of excitement, and rightly so. Very talented young man. They needed these quiet overs, last 10 balls, 8 runs. Just got to get from King's point of view, they've got to get that asking rate up above 10. So as we come to the tail end of this tournament, there's also the women's tournament. That should be wonderful. Harmanpreet, Mithali, Smriti Mandhana, the 3 captains.
Stop it!
Oh, he's found the gap. He's found the gap as Robin Uthappa for 4. He's been trying these flicks and reverse sweeps. It's come off now, 79 for 1 from 8.
Anti-aging tiles shines more with age. Stone Shield X Ceramic Screw.
কোকা-কোলার সাথে খাওয়ার মজা জমবে। কোকা-কোলা স্টক করো আর ক্যাপের নিচের অক্ষর মিলিয়ে ফ্রিজ জেতার সুযোগ নাও।
ছোট্ট খুশির আয়োজনে যাই করি সব তুচ্ছ মনে হয়। আপনি রবি এলিট, তাই শুধু আপনার জন্যই রিওয়ার্ডের নতুন এক্সপেরিয়েন্স রবি।
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি। ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি। এলো গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি, নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি।
Keep Singh. He'll start his 3rd over. Usually he's quite good in the death overs. Here he is for his 3rd. Sounded sweetly. Clean off the bat, all the way for 6. That's nice. That's amazing. That's Sanju Samson. Yeah, he gets us all so excited when he bats like that. Sanju Samson. Yes, please. More of that. Just set up length delivery. Not a lot of pace on that delivery. Always nice to see women in action in this format of the game, and that is what will happen very soon. Women's T20 Challenge. Deep, you'll be there?
Yeah, looking forward to it. Starting from the fourth and the fifth. Just a reminder, and on the fifth it starts in the afternoon, not an evening game.
It's a great opportunity for the female segment because they've been, I think because of the pandemic, women's cricket has been hit harder than men, the absence of women's cricket. So great to see the ladies getting their chance to display their skills to a global audience and to continue its further development. I think we could forget the World Cup. We were in danger of forgetting the World Cup earlier this year. So this highlights it to a large extent. I love it.
Sweetly timed by Sampson. Gone past 10 deliveries. We spoke about how vulnerable he is within those first 10 deliveries as he starts his innings. Very easy on the eyes. Wonderful stroke maker. Andrew Sampson. His more experienced partner Uthappa here. Still 20 from 15. Panpo question, who is the more elegant batsman? I know where your headspace is at, Deep. Bish, what do you reckon?
Andrew Sampson for me. Gosh, I hope I don't put the knockers on him, but he's very easy, and once he slows the game down in his own mind because the tempo is going well, it's better for him coming off the half century last game. I want him to be more substance than style though. He's got all the tools.
Oh, streaky, fortuitous. A boundary, he will take it nonetheless in this run chase. Ends the over on the high. 14 runs from it. 93 for 1. And there it is, the Seattle strategic timeout.
সাথে খাওয়ার মজা জমবে কোকা কোলা স্টক করো আর ক্যাপের নিচের অক্ষর মিলিয়ে ফ্রিজ জেতার সুযোগ নাও।
এত থালা বাসন ধোয়ার রেসিপি এর জন্য চামচ, মাত্র 1 চামচ ভিম লিকুইড পানিতে মেশাও আর সব থালা বাসন ধুয়ে নাও, কারণ ভিম লিকুইডে আছে 100 লেবুর শক্তি যা থালা বাসনকে করে ছকছকে পরিষ্কার। ভিম লিকুইড, মাত্র 1 চামচ ভিম লিকুইড পানিতে মেশাও আর সব থালা বাসন ধুয়ে নাও।
অ্যাপল লিখে ফেলো। কি দরকার ছিল সব সময় বেশি বেশি? শুধু বেশি না, বাংলা লিংক দেয় অনেক বেশি। 129 টাকায় 9 জিবি, 64 টাকায় 4.5 জিবি। বাংলা লিংক।
বেক সর্ষে ইলিশ আমার নতুন ভিডিওর জন্য। এ পর্যন্ত এটা তোর বেস্ট। এ কি এমন মলিন কাপড় পরে ইউটিউবে আসা যাবে না। তার জন্য আছে নতুন রিন, যা কাপড়ের উজ্জ্বলতা অটুট রাখে ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজির সাহায্যে। নিজের সেরাটা দেখানোর জন্য সেরা রিন।
ইয়েস, আজকে আমার দিন। আজকে আমি খাবো অনেক অনেক চিকেন ম্যাগি।
ফ্রাইডেতে শ্রিম্প ম্যাগি, সানডে মানডে সুপি ওয়ান, মঙ্গল বুধ বৃহস্পতি ভেজ এগ টম ইয়াম, স্যাটারডেতে চিকেন ম্যাগি। কি যে মজা!
ম্যাগি মানে ভিন্ন স্বাদে প্রতিদিন।
ভাগ্যিস ম্যাগি ছিল।
যেখানেই থাকুন বুক বাঁধে এক আশায়। নতুন আশা পূরণের অগ্রযাত্রায় সবচেয়ে বিস্তৃত 4.5G নেটওয়ার্ক আজ 5 কোটি মানুষের। এই মাইল ফলক উদযাপনে ইন্টারনেট প্যাকে প্রতিদিন 5 কোটি এমবি পর্যন্ত ফ্রি। রবি, লাইফের নতুন এক্সপেরিয়েন্স।
Huge, humongous, 10 times more durable. Stone Shield Tiles, Ceramics Group.
জানাও তোমার তিনটি ইচ্ছা।
দাঁড়াও।
ওকে দাঁড়ালাম, বাকি দুটা
স্প্রাইট।
শেষ ইচ্ছা?
আবার 3টে ইচ্ছা দাও।
স্প্রাইট, আগে তৃষ্ণা মেটাও।
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি। ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি। এলো গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি, নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি।
গুলশান অফিস তাহলে গাইবান্ধা থেকে সম্ভব?
চাইলেই সম্ভব।
মানুষ চাইলেই সব সম্ভব, আর এই সম্ভবকে সহজ করতে পাশে আছে গ্রামীণফোন 4G ইন্টারনেট।
বিশ্বের 1 নম্বর মধু ডাবর হানি। প্রতিদিন সকালে 1 গ্লাস গরম পানিতে ডাবর হানি করে তোলে শক্তিশালী রোগ প্রতিরোধ ক্ষমতা।
Bish deep. We saw in that first innings only 4 overs of spin. Is it something that we will continue seeing? Less focus on spinners and more on seamers when the Kings 11 Punjab continues this innings?
But I don't think so. I think we'll see more overs from the spinners in this innings, because obviously Chris Gale played that blinder of a knock and helped that Ben Stokes was bowling, and he bowled those 4 overs of his really well as well. But here I think the remaining overs from the spinners holds the key here for these leg spinner, because they've been fabulous the past few games, picking out wickets, being economical as well.
We saw in the last 5 games that the Kings 11 Punjab played. They used Glenn Maxwell to open the bowling in 4 of the 5. A look at what is to come with the bat for the Rajasthan Royals. A lot of depth in this batting. Goes big, goes long. That's Sanju Samson for you.
That's sweetly timed. Look at that left shoulder leaning the head over the ball. There she goes, 83 meters long.
Yeah, just keep going. There shouldn't be any rush for Sanju Samson. No extreme risk. And my own focus on your question, Darren, is this. Come back to it after this ball. I would expect to see more overs of spin in this innings, because there are less seam options for the Kings 11 Punjab with 3 seamers, whereas Rajasthan have 4 options to go to. Whether it's all leg spin or whether we see Glenn Maxwell, I don't know. And I'm not saying how successful or not it's going to be, but I expect to see more spin bowling in this innings than we did in the first.
Well, I think it might be too early in this game, but I think, again, as I mentioned before, it's very important, these overs from the spinners, especially the 2 wrist spinners here. Because if these 2 are Rajasthan Royal batsmen manage to play the spinners well, we're talking about a minimum of 8 overs is what I think of spin. They'll be way ahead in this game. They already are. But again, the key would be these spinners, these remaining overs from them.
Wrong on. Well, big Mayood's apart. Moves him to 23. 10 runs from the over, 103 for 1.
U+ Speed Test Award-এর স্বীকৃতিতে বাংলালিংক এখন বাংলাদেশের ফাস্টেস্ট মোবাইল নেটওয়ার্ক। ফুল স্পিড 4G তে সব হবে ফুল স্পিডে।
ইয়েস, আজকে আমি খাবো ঝাল ঝাল চিংড়ি ম্যাগি। ফ্রাইডেতে শ্রিম্প ম্যাগি, সানডে মানডে সুপি ওয়ান, মঙ্গল বুধ বৃহস্পতি ভেজ এক টম ইয়াম, স্যাটারডে
স্বাদে প্রতিদিন।
ভাগ্যিস ম্যাগি ছিল। From Nestle.
ফেয়ার অ্যান্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি। ফেয়ার অ্যান্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি। এলো গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি, নতুন পরিচয়ের গ্লো, গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি।
5 bowlers used so far. Just 1 wicket to Chris Jordan. Morgan Ashwin to continue.
Nice side, yourself, man.
Yeah, and I was just deep. We talked about this in the first innings, how important the spin bowling options, the two leg spinners have been for Kings 11 in the last 5 games, getting wickets and at a good economy compared to the first 7 games. It's been a big part of why Kings 11 have had that resurgence. Thing is, they haven't won any of their 2 games here prior to this, and partly because I don't know how receptive this ground is to spin compared to seam. But this is certainly a drier pitch or less grass on it, so everything's up in the air. But these guys, these 2 leg spinners, have certainly been a key part in the last 5 for Kings 11.
21 wickets across the 2 leg spinners you mentioned, Bish. Important part of the bowling armory that we've seen from the Kings 11 Punjab. Stifle appeal, not convincingly.
Robin can do without that. And going really well against the spin. I'm really look to struggle too much against spin. Robin especially plays the spin really well. He's got all the shots. Haven't seen him play that reverse sweep that often.
Flat and long. What a shot, exactly what is required. It was proven to be a very good over. This has changed everything. That's more like Robin.
That's a shot he really is good at. Slog sweep flat over mid-wicket. That's percentage shot for him.
The question I want to throw to 2 batsmen.
And again. Doesn't get it right. Finds the hands of Nicholas Pooran. And you felt that delivery was in the slot.
Big side of the ground by about, 4-5 meters, and it just gave Pooran enough time to steady himself. Previous one went for 6. This time, just enough room for Pooran, just.
Apple. লিখে ফেলো। কি দরকার ছিল? সব সময় বেশি বেশি। শুধু বেশি না, বাংলা লিংক দেয় অনেক বেশি। 129 টাকায় 9 জিবি, 64 টাকায় 4.5 জিবি। বাংলা লিংক।
বিশ্বের 1 নম্বর মধু ডাবর হানি। প্রতিদিন সকালে 1 গ্লাস গরম পানিতে ডাবর হানি করে তোলে শক্তিশালী রোগ প্রতিরোধ ক্ষমতা।
পানিবাহিত রোগ থেকে পরিবারকে সুরক্ষিত রাখতে অর্ডার করুন পিওরিট। পানিবাহিত রোগ থেকে পরিবারকে সুরক্ষিত রাখতে অর্ডার করুন পিওরিট।
Oppo F17 Pro, ultra function, ultimate fun.
ছোট্ট খুশির আয়োজনে যাই করি সব তুচ্ছ মনে হয়। আপনি রবি এলিট, তাই শুধু আপনার জন্যই রিওয়ার্ডের নতুন এক্সপেরিয়েন্স রবি।
পেপসি 1 লিটার 50 টাকা, বড় পেপসি বড় স্বাদ।
The last wicket will give Morgan Ashwin a bit of confidence. finishes well. Just a single from the last delivery of the over. A wicket to 9 runs from it, 112 for 2.
তুই আমাদের লেভেলের না যা
আমার সাথে খেলবে আমাদের সাথে খেলবি ও এখন নেক্সট লেভেলে খেলবে
Boost is the secret of our energy.
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি এলো গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি
ফ্রেন্ডশিপের এই ম্যাজিক্যাল চেইন রিঅ্যাকশন কোনো অ্যানালাইসিস দিয়ে জাজ করা যাবে না ব্রো এসব শুধু বন্ধু থাকলেই পসিবল এয়ারটেল বন্ধুদের নাম্বার 1 নেটওয়ার্ক
ওর সবচাইতে বেশি সময় কাটে ফ্লোরে আর এই ফ্লোরেই থাকে নানান ভাইরাস ও রোগ জীবাণু কিন্তু আমি থাকি নিশ্চিন্ত আমার আছে স্যাভলনের সুরক্ষা স্যাভলন জীবাণুমুক্ত প্রতিদিন
পেটের ডাক অফ যাক ফুড প্যান্ডায় অর্ডার করুন এখনই আর পেয়ে যান 50% পর্যন্ত মাথা নষ্ট ডিসকাউন্ট
Nice improvisation, low risk shot. And a couple runs for Steve Smith. Yeah, hit the previous delivery for a 6. But this one, straight to the fielder. But again, that's his shot. That's a percentage shot for someone like Robin Uthappa. I'd rather have him get out to this shot than trying to play the reverse sweep. Goes onside, gets it in the gap. Steve Smith keeping the tempo to the innings. Oh, that's slapped. That was full. There was almost like a half volley. He managed to sweep it through mid-wicket. Gentlemen, we've been talking about the impact of these two spinners for the Kings 11 Punjab. Mohammad Shami, 20 wickets before this game. I distill his figures a little bit more. 11 wickets to fall between overs number 12 and 16. Should that be a consideration for KL Rahul? He's already bowled 2. That's 11 wickets from the 20 that Mohammad Shami has taken this season.
Yeah, from Rajasthan's point of view, if they can keep him out of the game to a large extent, I just wonder how much of their planning was saying, okay, we're not giving Shami much of a top. Can we target the spinners then and make more of a feast of them to neutralize this bowling attack, which has done so well in the last 5 games?
I just want to make this point about Steve Smith. He came in, the first shot that he played was a paddle sweep because there was a short mid-wicket there. Gets the fielder to move to short fine leg. Now he's got that single open on the leg side. Now that's good cricket. That's smart cricket.
What Rajasthan has also been able to do is score at a good rate against the spinners. Bishnoy going at
স্ট্যাচু আগে লাইফ বয় তারপর আদর দেখো এখানে ভাইরাস থাকতে পারে যা যেতে পারে আমার কাছ থেকে তোমার কাছে তারপর অসুখ তো আগে ভাইরাসকে স্ট্যাচু করে দেই লাইফ বয় সাবান দেয় কোভিড-19 করোনা ভাইরাস থেকে 99.9% অধিক কার্যকর সুরক্ষা
বিরাট রিফ্রেশমেন্টের জন্য 7 আপের বড় বোতল এখন মাত্র 50 টাকায়
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি এলো গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি
পেপসি 1 লিটার 50 টাকা বড় পেপসি বড় স্বাদ
পানিবাহিত রোগ থেকে পরিবারকে সুরক্ষিত রাখতে অর্ডার করুন পিওরিট পানিবাহিত রোগ থেকে পরিবারকে সুরক্ষিত রাখতে অর্ডার করুন পিওরিট
Just like that, run a ball and 6 boundaries and the Royals are home.
Ben Stokes was magnificent, gave them a great start. Now Sanju Samson. Now if you're on your Dream11 fantasy players list, Ben Stokes has probably done what he had to, 132 points. Chris Gayle on 133. They've been the two stars of today's match. Stokes 50 plus picked up 2 for 32. Danny Morrison, Darren Gunga. Looks Rajasthan's game pretty much at this stage.
Based on the required rates, of course, any team will take a required rate of 8.4 with 8 wickets in hand.
Work now, boys. Come, lads.
What they've managed to do really well is neutralize the two spinners. 57 runs so far in 6.2 overs for these two quality spinners.
Watch your shit.
And from a Rajasthan perspective, really like to see Sanju Samson take this home.
Boys, keep working, boys. Keep building that strike rate, boys.
I'd like to see the spinners have a bit more of a say from the Kings. Thank you.
I said from a Rajasthan point of view.
Many times as a captain, you can take a lot of information from what has transpired in the first innings. I just feel that spinners not as effective in terms of wicket takers at this venue. Spoke about it not offering a lot of turns, so here Rahul must still rely on his seamers to win him this game too.
Clear. When he hits the ball, he hits it so clean, does Sanju Samson. Just drag the ball back, the leg spinner.
That is precisely why Chakravarti's performance here with that fifer was simply outstanding, because of his pace and his flight. Darren Ganga, flight on this wasn't bad either. Off the blade though.
I also feel because of that, he needs to get Mohammad Shami into the attack, get a wicket.
And it'll be the gap this time, 4 on the offside, 2 pretty shots. That'll bring that required run rate down even more, 132 for 2.
আমার মতো আপনারাও জানেন ডায়রিয়া সহ যে কোনো পানি শূন্যতায় আমার রাস্তা এসএমসি রোড স্যালাইন কেনার সময় প্যাকের গায়ে এসএমসি লোগো দেখে কিনবেন।
এসএমসির ওরসালাইন ছোট্ট মনে বিরাট আশা, সবাই যেন এমন স্কুল পায়। নতুন আশা পূরণের অগ্রযাত্রায় সবচেয়ে বিস্তৃত 4.5G নেটওয়ার্ক আজ 5 কোটি মানুষের। এই মাইল ফলক উদযাপনে ইন্টারনেট প্যাকে প্রতিদিন 5 কোটি এমবি পর্যন্ত ফ্রি। রবি, লাইফের নতুন এক্সপেরিয়েন্স।
আমি চাই আমার বেবি থাকুক জীবাণুমুক্ত ও সুরক্ষিত, তাই আমি ব্যবহার করি স্যাভলন। স্যাভলন, জীবাণুমুক্ত প্রতিদিন।
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি। ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি। এলো গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি, নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো, গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি।
বিরাট রিফ্রেশমেন্টের জন্য 7 আপের বড় বোতল এখন মাত্র 50 টাকায়।
Oppo F17 Pro, ultra function, ultimate fun.
উপ্লাস স্পিড টেস্ট অ্যাওয়ার্ডের স্বীকৃতিতে বাংলালিংক এখন বাংলাদেশের ফাস্টেস্ট মোবাইল নেটওয়ার্ক। ফুল স্পিড 4Gতে সব হবে ফুল স্পিডে।
Spin again. So Jordan. The reason I said what I did about Sanju Samson is I think he's an extraordinarily gifted cricketer. Just want to see him take a little more responsibility in a run chase, see the side home, much like we talked about Surya Kumar Yadav for Mumbai. Take the side home, take it all the way. 86% voting Sanju Samson. Robin, it's all right, the young man.
Harsha, that's a yardstick you use for measuring a batsman's maturity, ability to bat to the end, seize a situation and win your team a game with the bat.
A lot of you might wonder why these commentators always talking up this young man, Sanju Samson. It's because it's just a great elegance, different class when he plays the shots. He seems seems easy.
Well, he's been around for some time, hasn't he? We've all sung his praises. Quite clearly, say it's about consistency, and also been on about Sirikumar Yadav. And all these questions, and we've raised ourselves. Well, mate, why aren't you in the squad to Aussie? He's been consistent. He's a talent. Sirikumar Yadav, I like him. We all love Sanju Samson as well. But can he, as you say, Harsha, Bogle, get the job done here? We're still, pretty much 50 runs, 49 in fact, still required, and get the Royals up over in a must-win game for them here tonight.
As we on that point of Sanju Samson, I think he's got a really good example in that of Virat Kohli in terms of how consistent he can be as a batsman. It's the intensity of Virat Kohli all the time when he comes to the crease. That desire, insatiable desire to score runs. That is what you want to see from Sanju Samson. You just feel that sometimes he's not eager enough as a batsman. He's talented, but it's that mental framework that is so important.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant, well done, Arshdeep. It was looking like it was headed to the boundary, but he's done well to pull it back and keep it down to 2. Got on top of the bounce well, good elegant shot. Having said that, he's probably going to say thank you to the umpire for the previous boundary. Probably went off the pads and just credited to him. This is well done by Arshdeep, going to his wrong hand. As it turns out, they've virtually got the runs for this over.
Just to finish off the point, bouncing back a few balls ago now, but and the spinners, well, you'd love them to have an impact. Mentioned Chakravarti, even Chahal. When they were both player of the matches, the standout stat, both day games, both 2 p.m. starts. And then, of course, with the night here, not so much the dew, but it does allow the pitch to be a bit slicker, just slides on better. Hence, the fast men have more of a say here at Zion.
Now to the other side of Arshdeep, just a little too much for him to do. Was played really fine by Steve Smith. The runs just keep coming for Rajasthan Royals, 144 for 2.
চাইলেই সম্ভব।
স্যার আমি 19তম ব্যাচ।
আপনার ফেয়ারওয়েল আর আমরা আসবো না?
গ্রামীণ ফোন ইন্টারনেটে চাইলেই সম্ভব, আর এই সম্পর্কটা সহজ করতে গ্রামীণ ফোন দিচ্ছে 5 GB ইন্টারনেট মাত্র 114 টাকায়।
পেপসোডেন্টের সাথে একটি ওয়াটার বটল ফ্রি।
এখন প্রতিটি কাপড়ই তোমাকে স্পর্শ করে স্যাভলন সুরক্ষায়। স্যাভলন, জীবাণুমুক্ত প্রতিদিন।
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। এলো গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি, নতুন পরিচয়ের গ্লো, গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি।
ফ্রেন্ডশিপের এই ম্যাজিক্যাল চেইন রিঅ্যাকশন কোনো অ্যানালাইসিস দিয়ে জাজ করা যাবে না ব্রো। এসব শুধু বন্ধু থাকলেই পসিবল। এয়ারটেল, বন্ধুদের নাম্বার 1 নেটওয়ার্ক।
পেপসি 1 লিটার 50 টাকা। বড়
round the wicket.
It just goes to show that in T20 cricket, you can have bowlers who are in form, as we've seen with Kings 11 Punjab and their leg spinners. And because of the conditions, they're not as effective as you would expect. Kings 11 Punjab will get that day game, Danny Morrison, here on Sunday against the Chennai Super Kings.
Super over Sunday. Look out.
Oh, he'll have to hurry. He'll have to hurry. He'll have to hurry. He might be short. A run chase under control. The last thing you want is a run out.
Third umpire to director. We have a referral for run out. Let's begin with your best side on angle, please. Okay, I have made my decision.
বেক সর্ষে ইলিশ আমার নতুন ভিডিওর জন্য এ পর্যন্ত এটা তোর বেস্ট। এ কি এমন মলিন কাপড় পরে ইউটিউবে আসা যাবে না। তার জন্য আছে নতুন রিন, যা কাপড়ের উজ্জ্বলতা অটুট রাখে ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজির সাহায্যে। নিজের সেরাটা দেখানোর জন্য সেরা রিন।
Impossible is possible in Dubai, the city that brings you the world in one place. More than 190 nations coming together to create a better future for all mankind. Expo 2020 Dubai, bringing the world together.
বিশ্বের 1 নম্বর মধু ডাবর হানি। প্রতিদিন সকালে 1 গ্লাস গরম পানিতে ডাবর হানি করে তোলে শক্তিশালী রোগ প্রতিরোধ ক্ষমতা।
স্যাভলন হ্যান্ড ওয়াশে আছে ভাইরাস ও জীবাণু ধ্বংসের কার্যকরী উপাদান, যা সম্পূর্ণরূপে ধ্বংস করে করোনা ভাইরাস সহ সব ধরনের জীবাণু। স্যাভলন, জীবাণুমুক্ত প্রতিদিন।
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি। ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি। এলো গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি, নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো, গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি।
So Butler in strike. 41 of 34. This match was running away from the Kings. Now just a little opportunity. How good has Suchit been? If you're not in the side, you can still pull your weight with magnificent performances like these.
Highlights the importance of out cricket in T20. It's an important wicket.
He's looking at his captain. The captain's not looking well. He's taken it, but the captain didn't look too excited.
Referral for LBW, your decision is not out. Third umpire to director, we have a player review for LBW. Original decision is not out. It's a fair delivery. Let's begin with the front on spin vision, please. Okay, rock and roll it once again. Okay, clear gap between bat and ball. Please proceed to ball tracking. Okay, pitching outside leg. I'll go back to Chris. Chris, stay with your original decision of not out. You're on screen. Well done. Thank you.
He's bowling around the wicket. No wonder the wicket-keeper wasn't keen. To the third umpire, just say well done to the on-field umpire. Well done. In game. Just got to restart again, even though it's well under control, isn't it? 40 of 31, but they were motoring. It was really on cruise control. Butler striker, Butler 149.
Yeah, one of the modern greats of this format. Another 360-degree player. Great season last year.
What an over. What an over. Just as we were writing spin-off. Just 2 from it. And that run out. It's 146 for 3. And Chris Gaffney says with 5 overs left, let's have a Seat Tyres strategic.
মানুষ চাইলেই সব সম্ভব, আর এই সম্ভবকে সহজ করতে পাশে আছে গ্রামীণ ফোন 4G ইন্টারনেট।
কোকা-কোলার সাথে খাওয়ার মজা জমবে। কোকা-কোলা স্টক করো আর ক্যাপের নিচের অক্ষর মিলিয়ে ফ্রিজ জেতার সুযোগ নাও।
ভাইয়া লুকাও, বাইরে ভাইরাস আছে। ভয় পাস না, আমি ভাইরাসকে পাম্প রাব শুরু করে দেব। পাম্প রাব ছু।
হ্যাঁ, লাইফ বয় লিকুইড হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ কোভিড-19 করোনা ভাইরাস প্রতিরোধে 99.9% এর অধিক কার্যকর। তাই পাম্প রাব
এত থালা বাসন ধোয়ার রেসিপি এর জন্য চামচ, মাত্র 1 চামচ ভিম লিকুইড পানিতে মেশাও আর সব থালা বাসন ধুয়ে নাও। কারণ ভিম লিকুইডে আছে 100 লেবুর শক্তি, যা থালা বাসনকে করে ছকছকে পরিষ্কার। ভিম লিকুইড, মাত্র 1 চামচ ভিম লিকুইড পানিতে মেশাও আর সব থালা বাসন ধুয়ে নাও।
ক্যাম্পাসে বসে তোর গেম খেলা দেখা হবে না রে। ক্যাম্পাস দেখবে না, দেখবে পুরো গ্লোব।
উকলা সার্টিফাইড বাংলা লিংক এখন বাংলাদেশের ফাস্টেস্ট মোবাইল নেটওয়ার্ক। ফুল স্পিড 4G তে
সব হবে ফুল স্পিডে।
বাংলা লিংক।
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। এলো গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি, নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো, গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি।
ফ্রেন্ডশিপের এই ম্যাজিক্যাল চেইন রিঅ্যাকশন কোনো অ্যানালাইসিস দিয়ে জাজ করা যাবে না ব্রো। এসব শুধু বন্ধু থাকলেই পসিবল। এয়ারটেল, বন্ধুদের নাম্বার 1 নেটওয়ার্ক।
বিরাট রিফ্রেশমেন্টের জন্য 7 আপের বড় বোতল এখন মাত্র 50 টাকা।
লেইজের দুটি ফান শিপস, কখনো লেইজ পাস্তাস, কখনো লেইজ 3D। এখন বেশি ফান উইথ 10% এক্সট্রা।
জানাও তোমার 3টি ইচ্ছা।
দাঁড়াও।
ওকে দাঁড়ালাম, বাকি দুটা
স্প্রাইট।
শেষ ইচ্ছা।
আবার 3টে ইচ্ছা দাও।
স্প্রাইট, আগে তৃষ্ণা মেটাও।
তোমাকে যাই দেই সব অল্প মনে হয়। আপনিও আমাদের এমনই স্পেশাল একজন। আপনি রবি এলিট, তাই শুধু আপনার জন্যই রিওয়ার্ডের নতুন এক্সপেরিয়েন্স রবি।
ভাইরাস থেকে বাঁচবো কিভাবে?
ভাইরাস এক ধরনের জীবাণু, আর জীবাণুর বিরুদ্ধে প্রতিরোধ করতে আছে স্যাভলন সোপের ডাবল স্ট্রেংথ। স্যাভলন সোপ, ডাবল স্ট্রেংথ, ডাবল প্রোটেকশন।
পেপসি 1 লিটার 50 টাকা। বড় পেপসি, বড় স্বাদ।
তুই আমাদের লেভেলের না, যা।
আমার সাথে খেলবে?
আমাদের সাথে খেলবি?
ও এখন নেক্সট লেভেলে খেলবে।
Boost is the secret of our energy.
Right, Jordan with his third. Good timing on that. Should get 2, not 3-2. It's good, he's covering a lot of area there on the long side of the boundary. Is Nicholas Puran, young legs. That's what you do when you're a young man in the side. Run fast around the outfield.
Indeed. Like that car. Calm down, Hush, just because you've got 3 of them. Needs something dramatic here from Jordan, no doubt. 1 for 26. Can he get a couple of wickets here in this little mini spell here for the Kings?
Chris Jordan has a very good economy rate against left-handers. KL Rahul will know that. Rahul Tewatia, left-hander to come for the Royals, so maybe he'll want that matchup to happen. 4 of the 8 wickets so far going to Jordan were left-handers. Not the wicket in this match of Ben Stokes. Mohammad Shami has a big role to play for the Kings 11 Punjab if they are to go on to win. 2 overs remaining in his complement of 4.
Smith just having a little look-see on the leg side. Smaller side, of course, here. in match 50, the leg side.
Singles not too bad at this stage. The difference is just 9 balls between their runs required and balls available. That's just 2 boundaries really, 3 boundaries at most.
Just looking at the field, surveying the scene here, all very tense for those in red, but not so much for those in pink. But yeah, just a little tweak of the field because Butler's new.
All the other franchises watching this match very keenly. Just a little toe end. Kings 11 win this game. They start to distance themselves from the other contenders. So everyone else watching at that stage in the tournament, they've come back wonderfully. It's been one of the great stories of this year's tournament. Kings coming back, winning 5 in a row, and now over the last 8 or 10 deliveries, starting to come back into this game. Excellent, just 4 runs from this over so far, 2 of the previous one.
Eight sixes in the innings so far for the Rajasthan Royals. Chris Gayle alone for the Kings 11 Punjab struck 8. Spoke before the match about how these two teams rely a lot on 6 hitting to score runs in quick time.
Right, Jordan. There's a hike, and it's a big hike. Just negates all the good work that's happened in the last few deliveries. So 10 of the over.
কোকা-কোলার সাথে খাওয়ার মজা জমবে। কোকা-কোলা স্টক করো আর ক্যাপের নিচের অক্ষর মিলিয়ে ফ্রিজ জেতার সুযোগ নাও।
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি। ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি। এলো গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি, নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো, গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি।
ফ্রেন্ডশিপের এই ম্যাজিক্যাল চেইন রিঅ্যাকশন কোনো অ্যানালাইসিস দিয়ে জাজ করা যাবে না ব্রো। এসব শুধু বন্ধু থাকলেই পসিবল। এয়ারটেল, বন্ধুদের নাম্বার 1 নেটওয়ার্ক।
বিশ্বের 1 নম্বর মধু ডাবর হানি। প্রতিদিন সকালে 1 গ্লাস গরম পানিতে ডাবর হানি করে তোলে শক্তিশালী রোগ প্রতিরোধ ক্ষমতা।
ভাইরাস থেকে বাঁচবো কিভাবে?
ভাইরাস এক ধরনের জীবাণু, আর জীবাণুর বিরুদ্ধে প্রতিরোধ করতে আছে স্যাভলন সোপের ডাবল স্ট্রেংথ। স্যাভলন সোপ, ডাবল স্ট্রেংথ, ডাবল প্রোটেকশন।
Innings. Keep your eye on the outer circle. That's all you need to see. The 5 dots on the outer circle. 3 deep fielders leg side. Beautiful from Captain Smith. You cannot afford to pitch up with a man at mid-off.
Deep dust Gupta, how's that?
Exquisite. How easy does he hit that? Beautiful piece of timing. In the slot, asked for it.
Some lovely wrist work from Steve Smith. He's only averaged 17 since the first 2 games in Sharjah. So this is a critical knock.
Well, the sounds are playing, Bish. It's come dancing, it's only natural. For Smithers. Oh, the wrist work. Beautiful.
Got to get you back on your medication, Danny. You're off your medication.
I've taken too much.
You really have played well. Deep, tell me what it is with these teams at the bottom of the table that they just will not go away. quietly.
Listen, if they are at the bottom of the table, but they are good sides, all of them. But Mohammad Shami, revelation this season, especially with his death over bowling. They're at the third with 20 wickets, and the most wickets of the purple cap race. Right at the top is Kagiso Rabada with 23, Bumrah with 20 as well. Can he be the Dream 11 game changer of the match in this one? Can he pick up a couple of wickets here? But for the time being, it's Steve Smith stealing his show, stealing his thunder.
There's more of that music and dancing, Bish. Here it's Zai. Down on one knee and makes it look so easy. Oh. Divine. Measured, calculated, knew exactly what he was on about here. Skipper Steve Smith.
Going back to the question you asked, Bish, I thought this is going to be the most competitive IPL ever, because if you look at those squads, they're all very, very good squads that they have. It's just that in a tournament like this, and when you're playing after so many months, also depends on when as a team you peak, whether you've got the right combination going or not. The sooner you get your combination going, you peak. See, there's a lot of teams like Delhi Capitals got their combination right early. What direct hit? Oh, doesn't get it. Let's switch it again there. He's lightning quick. Yeah, so I was talking about how teams are peaking right now, and they're finding their right combination, they're finding their right batting order, bowlers, the best playing 11 at times. So I think a lot of these teams like Rajasthan Royals, they're peaking now. Kings 11 is a great example of that. Look at their team, how they've changed so much in the first 7 and then finally stumble upon the right combination, the right playing 11. And you've got the results then.
It's a good smack. It's another boundary, and it's 19 from Mohammad Shami over 175. But
এই অসময়ে কি করি বা সম্ভব
চাইলেই সম্ভব
স্যার আমি 19তম ব্যাচ
আপনার ফেয়ারওয়েল আর আমরা আসবো না
গ্রামীণ ফোন ইন্টারনেটে চাইলেই সম্ভব আর এই সম্পর্কটা সহজ করতে গ্রামীণ ফোন দিচ্ছে 5 জিবি ইন্টারনেট মাত্র 114 টাকায়
পেটে ডাক অফ যাক ফুড প্যান্ডায় অর্ডার করুন এখনই আর পেয়ে যান 50% পর্যন্ত মাথা নষ্ট ডিসকাউন্ট
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। এলো গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি, নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো, গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি।
আমার মতো আপনারাও জানেন ডায়রিয়া সহ যে কোনো পানি শূন্যতায় আমার আস্থা এসএমসি রোড স্যালাইন। কেনার সময় প্যাকের গায়ে এসএমসি লোগো দেখে কিনবেন।
এসএমসির ওরসালাইন।
ফ্রেন্ডশিপের এই ম্যাজিক্যাল চেইন রিঅ্যাকশন কোনো অ্যানালাইসিস দিয়ে জাজ করা যাবে না ব্রো। এসব শুধু বন্ধু থাকলেই পসিবল। এয়ারটেল, বন্ধুদের নাম্বার 1 নেটওয়ার্ক।
ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলির নতুন নাম এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। ফেয়ার এন্ড লাভলি এখন গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি। এলো গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি, নতুন পরিচয় গ্লো, গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি।
Oppo F17 Pro, ultra function, ultimate fun.
so I'm saying your assessment is right. I think the addition to that Rajasthan have had to come in and say we can't afford to lose. We've got to start winning. They had a great run chase here last time against Mumbai Indians. It's been a brilliant IPL to watch because of that. Now they win tonight, which they should. 10 from 18. They're up the table.
Yeah, gents, I've never known it so tight. And it just adds to everything, doesn't it? Sides that weren't going so well. Lovely moment this. Out for 99. The universe boss, beauty. And all of a sudden, those that were languishing down the bottom have looked up the table. And this is the Fair Play Award, of course. But Kings 11, they'd like to be finishing up there in the actual points table. But this is the Fair Play Award, PTAM. Loving it.
That has disappeared. That is magnificent ball striking from Joss Butler. It even elicits a smile.
Wow. That's a huge hit.
Both of you play golf. That's a nice swing, isn't it?
That is a sexy one-wood of note. And he's just driven the green here on a par 5. Oh.
3 to win. I think one of the big challenges as well is for teams to know recently how much is enough batting first. And that's why I keep talking about how you set up a partnership, how the strike rates go. You don't sit back and let one, not in this modern game of T20 on good pitches. I'm happy for these guys that they're showing some fight and spirit. They've had a good 5 games and they've done a lot to make people proud of, so they're still in it, both these teams. God, who will be the 4th qualifier? And Jordan delivers a wide, and it seals a 2nd consecutive victory here at the Zaid Stadium for the Rajasthan Royals, who've played another phenomenal game of cricket. Magnificent batting. Congratulations to Steve Smith and his men. A win by 7 wickets here in Abu Dhabi.
But this is huge. It was a must-win game for Rajasthan Royals. They're still alive. They still need to win their last game to qualify. For Kings 11, they're alive as well. And makes the last weekend that much more exciting in this year's IPL.
বিরাট রিফ্রেশমেন্টের জন্য 7 আপের বড় বোতল এখন মাত্র 50 টাকায়।
লেইজের দুটি ফান শিপস, কখনো লেইজ পাস্তাস, কখনো লেইজ 3D। এখন বেশি ফান উইথ 10% এক্সট্রা।
গুলশান অফিস তাহলে গাইবান্ধা থেকে সম্ভব?
চাইলেই সম্ভব।
মানুষ চাইলেই সব সম্ভব, আর এই সম্ভবকে সহজ করতে পাশে আছে গ্রামীণ ফোন 4G ইন্টারনেট।
পেপসি 1 লিটার 50 টাকা। বড় পেপসি, বড় স্বাদ।
Oppo F17 Pro, ultra function, ultimate fun.
ফ্রেন্ডশিপের এই ম্যাজিক্যাল চেইন রিঅ্যাকশন কোনো অ্যানালাইসিস দিয়ে জাজ করা যাবে না ব্রো। এসব শুধু বন্ধু থাকলেই পসিবল। এয়ারটেল, বন্ধুদের নাম্বার 1 নেটওয়ার্ক।
Everyone has said that at this venue in season 13, but really, I think at night it tends to get a bit slicker when the sun goes down and the game moves into more and more of the night.
Yeah, 5 out of the last 6 games, teams chasing have won. That tells you a lot about why it's getting more difficult for teams batting first to set up a total which is par.
Chennai will be down the bottom of the table, but they've had a couple of wins. Sunrisers Hyderabad, their turn will come soon. Kolkata Knight Riders in there on 12 points. So too Rajasthan Royals and Kings 11 Punjab, and just 2 points ahead RCB and Delhi. Mumbai sitting comfortably in terms of qualification, but it's anybody's game going forward for the next few. We love it. Gail, commiserations. Thank you very much for spending some time with us. Your total of 185. What did you make of it at the halfway mark?
I think it was a horrible toss to lose, firstly. With the amount of dew that came on later, it did get very, very easy to bat on. It's very difficult for our bowlers to grip the ball, and when we're playing with two wrist spinners, we'd want the ball to be dry and get some grip off the wicket. Unfortunately, the dew factor did play a huge part. But having said that, I think on a sticky wicket like that, to get 185 the way Chris batted and batted through was really good to see. That's as much as there is. I don't think we bowled badly or anything. We've been doing really well in the tournament. We bowled really well. So just one odd game where we probably we need to learn how to bowl with the wet ball as well. That's the learning for the boys.
Does something like that play into what combinations? A lot of the grounds now, if not all the grounds, are having more dew now. Do you have to revisit then the combination of your bowling attack?
Not really. I think, that's something that's been so inconsistent throughout the IPL. Some grounds have a lot of dew. We spoke to the groundsman here and he said there was no dew in the last game. So it was completely different when we played here. So that's something that we can't prepare for. We all have experienced bowlers and international bowlers, and guys who are looking to play international cricket, so they need to learn to adjust and adapt to that as well.
Oh, there's no shame, KL, because you've just come off such a wonderful run. As you look forward to the CSK game, a day game, what do you make of that opportunity here coming in a couple of days?
Yeah, look, it's been that kind of season where we haven't got anything easy. We've had to work for every point, and rightly so, it goes down to the last game. And we're still positive. Hopefully, we can put up a brilliant performance in the next game and try and squeeze into the fourth position somehow.
Gail, thank you very much for your time and all the best in the coming game.
Thank you.
He's having a good season. Jofra Archer leading from the front even while others are going for runs. His good mate Chris Jordan in that discussion, and Ben Stokes, who've been such encouragement to him. Tom Curran in there as well.
English boys.
Robin, congratulations. Nice win.
Yes, much needed win. I think we're picking up momentum at the right time at the back end of the tournament. I think it's something that we're doing pretty well. We've kind of figured out a combination. I think once and for all it's settled down, and I think we're really just trusting our skills out there and backing ourselves and really having fun out there as a team.
How much KL was talking about the dew that came into play tonight. What's the impact of that on the batting surface?
Not much really, honestly. It still was gripping a little bit while we were batting, especially in the first 6 overs. It was holding just a touch. But having said that, I think, like KL mentioned a little while ago, I think it's going to be it's been inconsistent the whole tournament. So you really can't take that into consideration, and you have to just adapt to whatever you're dealt with on that day.
Finally, the fact that you've come into a game, Robin, as a team with your backs against the wall, what sort of attitude then do you put forward, and how does that feed into performance?
Well, I think one of our team motto is that, and we genuinely believe in that, is that we can win from anywhere at any given situation. So we kind of back ourselves, and in a situation like this, also if you look at it from one perspective, you really have nothing to lose. So you go out there and just give it your all, and that's how we've been approaching it. But we've also been very cognizant of the fact that we should take one game at a time and not look too far ahead, and that's exactly what we've been doing. And we're in a good place where we just have one game to go, and hopefully we can go out there and kind of just express ourselves completely as a batting, bowling and fielding unit, and not worry about having a perfect game. I think we just go out there and do our best. I think we'll come out trumps.
Beautiful use of prose there with the word cognizant. Danny Morrison is scrambling for his dictionary. As you look forward to the last game against KKR in the league stage in Dubai. Talk to me a little bit about how you guys will be feeling going there.
Well, we're literally playing it on the bounce. We go back, we sleep, and then the next day we're playing against them. So there's not much to think about. And honestly, I think that's a good thing because you don't want to think too much about the next game. You just want to go out there and express yourself. And so I think we're just going to enjoy the long drive back home, play a little music in the bus, and have a few drinks, and get back on the horse day after tomorrow.
Robin, it's always a joy speaking to you. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Bish. You have a good night. Cheers.
Good man, Robin Uthappa. Really good man.
Well, 186 was not going to be easy. Could have been tricky. But what a knock from Ben Stokes set this up really nicely for Rajasthan Royals to finish the game off and still stay alive in this tournament. 50 of just 26. Sanju Samson, a little unfortunate there, ran himself out, but very, very important 48 runs. In the end, the experience of Smith and Butler and also their class saw through this game.
Well, as the skipper was saying, found a little challenging with the ball, just a little bit of dew around, as we say, getting cooler now moving into the winter months here in the UAE. Jordan at 1 for 44, Ashwin 1 for 43, but not much else to get too excited about for the Kings 11.
So the outcome of what was another significant match in this Dream11 IPL, the Kings 11 being asked to bat first. They got to 185 for 4, but it proved not to be enough on the back of Gale's 99, KL Rahul's 46. The Royals chasing it down, 186 for 3 with a couple of overs and a half left. Stokes 50, Samson 48. Contributions from Uthappa and Steve Smith. Rajasthan winning by 7 wickets. And it just sends the Royals up the table just a couple of notches. 3 teams now lodged on 12 points. And a solitary game to go for them. What a tournament it's proving to be. MI have already qualified. Lots of highlights to revisit as there were shots all around the park from Stokes, who led things off quite nicely. His sleeping partner Robin Uthappa just was steady at the other end.
Yeah, Ben Stokes. It's wonderful. So he was in the last game as well. Picked it up very left against MI. Great nick. This was an important wicket. Massive wicket for Kings 11. Glimmer of hope. But it was Sanju Samson and Robin Uthappa's partnership to a great extent shut that door on Kings 11. Some great looking shots. Sanju Samson as elegant as ever. Bond up 48 runs from Sanju Samson and Robin too. Very handy contribution. 30 runs.
And then was left to the skipper. Came in to join Sanju Samson, who was looking absolute delight out there. And then some fuller delivery spin. Tried the leggy again of Vishnoi. Then there's this run out. Wonderful. Suchit. Great stuff. And clinically striking these 2 international stars, Smith and Butler, taking the Royals home in fantastic style. Oh, please. And a little fist pump to boot. Steve Smith says, thank you, Mohammad Shami.
An outstanding victory again for the Rajasthan Royals. They found some really good form. They've enjoyed chasing. Win by 7 wickets. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we will have the presentation ceremony.
What a dramatic campaign.
History created today. 2 super overs in the same day in the IPL.
What a scenario.
A, B, D. This is why you want to see him at the crease.
Roar, rage, rivalry. All over the place. Will there be another twist of tale? Dream11 IPL, Delhi Capitals versus Mumbai Indians. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. live on GTV.
Well, what a match we've had. Another magnificent chase from the Royals, and this tournament is alive and running as we go into the last 5 or 6 days. The BCCI would like to thank all the sponsors of the Dream11 IPL. Dream11, Tata Ultros, Unacademy, Cred, Paytm and Seat Tyres. Our first award today is the Dream11 Game Changer of the match, and it's the big man himself with a check and the trophy. Scored 99, 133 fantasy points. Whether it's fantasy or any other form, you never do without Chris Gayle. How many years we've been seeing Chris Gayle coming here and playing shots like these. The light hasn't dimmed. Now the Ultros super striker of the match, and another, this time a young man from the Caribbean, Nicholas Pooran. 22 of 10 balls. He gets a trophy and a nice little check for himself too. Strike rate of 220. Never has any starting trouble, does Nicholas Pooran. Comes in, plays his shot straight away. As I keep saying, we're going to hear a lot about this young man in the future. Now the Unacademy Let's Crack It Sixes award to the man who owns the idea of the sixer. Chris Gayle, 8 sixes today and completed 1,000 sixes in T20 cricket. I said young man when Nicholas Pooran came around. Here's a young man who keeps hammering the ball everywhere still. Still can't get my head around 1,000 sixes in T20 cricket. And sixes everywhere. Then, of course, the Royals came out in pursuit of that total. We had a Cred power player of the match, the one and only Ben Stokes. A half century all by himself in the power play. Made 50 of 26 balls. And just set up for the second time what's been such a good run chase. Just 2 players this year have got a 50 all by themselves in the power play. It's always good to add the word winning before captain when you invite him. So Steve Smith. Steve, it's been an interesting tournament this. 2 at the start, 2 at the end. Playing your best cricket at the start and the end.
Yeah, it's ebbed and flowed. It would have been nice to have had a few more wins in the middle. But I guess the way tournament play is, you want to be peaking at the right times. And I think our last 2 games have been really good. Obviously, we still need to do a bit to make the playoffs. And we need some things to probably go our way as well. But having said that, hopefully that happens and we are starting to play some good cricket.
When you have players like Stokes and Sampson and yourself and Butler and Robin getting back into form, do you plan a run chase? Do you have specific goals, or do you just tell them, listen, you're good enough, just go on?
Yeah, we do have different plans for who gets out and what have you, and I thought it worked out really well tonight. Obviously unfortunate the Sampson run out, but you try and take positives from every situation. Gave Joss a chance to have a bat in the middle. We've just had a 5-day break and he didn't bat the last game, so gave him a chance to bat in the middle at number 5 and score some runs, and it hit him really cleanly, so there's a positive out of that situation. But yeah, nice to get over the line and comfortably in the end. Hopefully that'll help our net run rate a little bit.
I know he's listening, but you don't have to be careful. What does someone like Ben Stokes bring to the side when he's playing like this?
Geez, the last 2 games has been exceptional, hasn't he? Just come out with great intent. We know he's a class player, plays good cricket shots, has innovation, hits balls in weird areas. So look, he's a talented player. Did a great job with the ball tonight as well, I thought, through those middle overs and at the back end. So look, he's a valuable player, no doubt, as we all know, and one of the best in the world.
You've got Sanju Samson back in form, and he's playing the longer innings now, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he...
Was there discussion about the fact that he was playing these short little bursts rather than the longer ones?
You're always talking to your players and trying to get the best out of them, and obviously Sanju started the tournament off really well, and then in the middle probably didn't quite get going, but that's T20 cricket sometimes. You've got to keep trusting the process. He's been training really well, hitting the ball really cleanly, and we know if he gets time in the middle he's going to score big runs and at good time. So I thought he played really well again tonight and helped us in this win, that's for sure.
Your final game in Dubai against KKR, and still alive in the tournament?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of games tomorrow, so we'll watch those results closely, and then last game, and we've got to win, and we'll see. We might have to win with a margin or what have you. So we'll be watching closely tomorrow, and then good to go the day after.
Well played. Enjoyed watching these 2 run chases. It was great fun.
Cheers.
Thank you very much, Steve Smith, the winning captain. Now the man of the match, the man who made those 2 run chases possible. You have a big stage, and you always have Ben Stokes on it. So he gets the trophy and the man of the match check. What is it about the big occasions, Ben? There are some players who just relish the big occasion, isn't it? If it's a World Cup final or an Ashes game, or even, elimination staring you. What is required an exceptional cricketer?
No, I think when you're in the position like we are as a team, there's nothing to lose really. Go out there, express yourself, and just give the best account of yourself, I guess. We're still hanging around like a bad smell after the win tonight, so really happy with the win.
If you continue batting like that, it's not a bad smell. It's a decent aroma, actually. We'll show you some of your performances. Was there one shot that stood out? Was there something else that you particularly enjoyed in today's game? It'll come up right now.
No, it's just me.
We'll get it. Yeah, there it is.
No, I think hitting one of your mates for a 6 is always pleasing, but he got the last laugh because he got me out.
The reverse sweeps, the big ones down the ground, was there a game plan as well? This is how I'm going to approach this run chase.
Yeah, I think I went in with the same mentality as I did against Mumbai, which was to try and capitalise on the new harder ball, especially with only 2 fielders outside. So just tried to carry on from that. Pretty much, yeah.
Give us an insight into how you plan before a game, because you're a proper 3D player. You're expected to bowl 4 overs as you did today. You're a live wire in the field. You've got to go out, open the batting. What's the mindset? What's the thoughts before you start a game?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a decent break from our last game before Mumbai, so I had quite a few days off. We've normally had quite a quick turnaround, so in terms of bowling in between those games, I've sort of limited it just to make sure I'm nice and fresh. But I had a good couple of days training before this game, and obviously I've got to make sure I do all my bowling, fielding and batting.
On that run, is there a shot that tells you, right, I think I'm hitting it well today, I'm here today?
I think it's the ones which you don't really mean to hit for 4, when you just put your bat on it and it seems to hit the middle of the bat and goes for 4.
We thought that punch of that back foot early on was that shot. Well played, Ben Stokes. Always a great joy watching you play, and wish you luck in your last game.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, there you are. Thank you very much to Ben Stokes, our man of the match today. And proper 3-dimensional, took a great catch, 2 wickets for 32, and then hit a 50, as I said, all by himself in that power play. So Ben Stokes, our man of the match. That's it for the presentation.
Thank you very much, Harsha Bogle. Just a reminder of how match number 50 panned out. Kings 11, 185 for 4. They would have thought that was quite a good effort on the surface here beside. Gale 99, 1 short of what would have been such a cherished 100. And then the Royals chasing it down, winning by 7 wickets. Couple of games coming up tomorrow. Already qualified the Mumbai Indians, but they'll want to keep their best form going against the Delhi Capitals, who are desperately in need of a win. 3:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time from Dubai. And then later on in the evening at 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, we have RCB, who will also be looking for a win, but desperately hanging in Sunrisers Hyderabad. The action comes from Sharjah, match number 52. We hope that you've enjoyed everything that we brought to you from the Zayed Stadium in Abu Dhabi. So until next time, bye for now.
World-class performances.
Oh my goodness!
Mind-blowing catches.
Chances here at twist the catch!
Breathtaking matches.
This is the IPL and this is brilliant!
Catch all the exciting action on Dream11 IPL. Live on GTV. Cricket highlights every match day after the match, only on GTV.
And we'll wait and see who holds their nerves here today in an absolute staying alive game. Kings 11 Punjab, Rajasthan Royals might be number 7 there, but there's a glimmer there that no one shut the door on them yet. Can they get to 14? Can Kings get to 16?
Matchbox 50, evening game, sun setting quickly. The flags behind me are blowing quite nicely, so the players are going to enjoy it here in this match. Pitch doctor alongside Darren Ganga. You've got a lot to get through for us, brother.
I do, and this is an important fixture for Rajasthan and Kings 11 Punjab. And when I look at what they've done in the past, they've premised a lot of their batting success on the ability to hit sixes. If you look at the players across both teams, 23 sixes for Sanju Samson, 22 to Nicholas Puran, even Chris Gayle in the few matches, 15. They will know that this pitch is still a good pitch for batting. However, the dilemma is when you look at sixes struck here in comparison to the other venues, it's the lowest. So you still want to keep that asset of being able to hit sixes, but you want to target the short boundaries here. You want to target bowlers. You want to keep your shape. You want to make sure you're picking the gap. So if you mistime the ball, you don't get out. That will be crucial. The other thing that they'll want to factor in is the approach that we saw from Ben Stokes, the last match played here. The only century to be scored here in Abu Dhabi. And look at his wagon wheel. Only 3 sixes, 14 fours. So there is an approach to score runs along the ground, accumulating runs, and you can get success too, Danny. So that's important information from a batting point of view.
And as ever, we're loving it here at Zayed. Look at this lovely covering of grass to get amongst it and bosh it big.
We really have enjoyed how this league stage is going down to the wire for some teams. Match number 50 of Dream11 IPL. We've got Manu Nair, the match referee, here with us. Thank you very much. KL Rahul is here. Steve Smith is here as well. And